from the little we've seen so far, but then again, still a pretty big map pool to get through, but obviously a very convincing start if you're able to topple.
What did they play
SK to
versus
top
Nip?
three.
Do we know? Let me check.
Who?
North played Nip, right?
No.
Different group.
NIP
North played Cloud9 on Inferno and won 16-10.
Yeah. North played Nip. Oh, am I looking the wrong thing?
No, North played Cloud9.
North is in a different group than NIP, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm getting trouble.
North is
all
A,
this
NIP.
fancy technical stuff you're given is just too much for you to handle.
Still saying it.
I think this is one of the few times where actually it's interesting just seeing the amount of kills, like because there's not a single player. I think one player on SK had 50 kills, and then on North Config had 45, if that's correct, over a 3-map series. That's very low. You know, no one had an average of 20 kills per map, which is something that's not that
is because
difficult to achieve.
Well, you have two very one-sided. Exactly. And then the ending kind of evens it out. But that could also just been a very ugly.
I've just received confirmation.
And on Inferno, it's very unfortunate, but it just seemed that SK for the better part of that first half just wasn't hitting their shots. North was making some good calls with the faster paced play towards that A bomb site. It really worked great for them, but at some point you look at the scoreboard. I think it was 13 or 14 rounds in. Phelps has 5 kills, 75 ADR, the most ADR, and everyone else on the team is around 50. Fur has 35. That just tells you they're just not doing damage even.
They're being made to chase their tails, though. We said this about Virtus.pro yesterday in the match against Renegades, is that they were forced to just be behind the 8 ball constantly. They didn't have any economy. They were doing a lot of force buys throughout the whole series. I would think by the time you get to the 3rd map in a series like this, where you were expecting to win 2-0, that you might do away with the force buys and maybe just get full guns on that first gun round.
Play the route.
And actually don't be super cocky. But I guess if that's your game style and that's what you always lean towards, they're just doing what they're comfortable with. And I guess once again we don't know where SK's strengths lie with the maps.
It was a lot of fun, just kind of pulling on that point for a second, just to see Twitter light up with in-game leaders. I think it was like yourself, Carrigan, Henry as well, was just getting really annoyed to see that force buy in that second round on Inferno. Just saying, like, guys, you're 13-2 up. Please chill. Take your foot off the gas just for a second if you lose the pistol in that second round. And
you like to be competitive. There's always pros and cons to all those situations, but if you just play fundamentally sound Counter-Strike, normally you're going to win.
Everyone gets happy with
it. If it was maybe 11-4, you can perhaps agree to it, right? Because you still need to win a good amount of gun rounds if you don't win an early force buy. And it depends how much are they comfortable with their force buys and with their gun rounds.
What map is it?
But if you're 13-2 up, then surely there's no need for that early force buy. Yeah. You only need 3 gun rounds, basically, and that's it.
Absolutely, and I think this is going to be a really exciting tournament already, because SK are going to be playing an elimination match. They're going to be...
ruins the fairy tale, I'm sorry, Alex, because we wanted the brackets to work out perfectly, so we didn't have to have SK versus Astralis early on.
You're saying it could still happen?
That could ruin everything.
Speak of the devil, Astralis are next, and they're taking on new look Navi, who so far have been breezing through it. We're going to be finding out how things do go for them. They got their first game under their belts rather swiftly, with beating Virtus.pro without a flinch. Still, we are going to go ahead and take a breather. Before we do return, though, best of 3 between Astralis and Navi, and before all of that, you get to check out Sliver.
Watch CS:GO and win free prizes. First, sign up with Steam. Then, as you watch CS:GO, you'll earn free coins. Earn more coins by answering trivia. Pick the team you think will win and boost your bet. Bet correctly to get raffle tickets. The more tickets you have, the more chances you have to win. Win awesome prizes like CS:GO skins, virtual reality headsets and more. Oh yeah, one more thing. All ticket holders get a crate, which contain tons of prizes. We're available on desktop web, mobile web, and our Android app. Play now at win.sliver.tv.
Grab your gear and let's go.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
Oh, crap.
Oh, what do we got here? Looks like a digital video game for the iPhone, Android, and iPad. It's called Pocket Mortys. Look at all these little Mortys that you get to run around and collect. Mustache Morty, cat Morty, one eyeball Morty. This just seems really cruel. I mean, come on. What are you doing? It's free. It's a free game. It's not pay to win either. It's Pocket Mortys. Get over here and pick it up. It's a free game.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. Yeah.
DreamHack Masters Malmo is brought to you by Aces ROG, HyperX, and Monster Energy.
Day 2 of DreamHack Masters Malmo, and it is a day for the winners. 4 teams will be securing themselves a spot in the Malmo Arena playoffs in front of perhaps you. Tickets still available, and you guys can go ahead and get involved. The Malmo Arena will be bustling, and there will be some hustle as well. Hi, I'm your host, Machine, and we are back into the action. We've got Astralis Navi next, and we've got a little change up on the desk. You have the beautiful Dane, who's basically a local here. If you know your geography, we have, of course, Mr. Pimp, Jacob Vinica. Alongside him, we have Chad Birchall, and we have Janko Paunovic as well. We've got a very international desk, and we have got quite the international affair ahead of us. We have the Danes taking on Navi, and this is going to be a fun one to try and kind of get our heads around, because the first question I have to ask, Chad, is how much have we actually seen this tournament? Both of them are like 16-3, 16-4.
Let's put it this way, Alex. They've both had really good warm-ups.
Warm-ups.
Yeah, that's what you need. You want a nice little warm-up to get into the tournament.
Okay.
First couple of bot teams, and then from there, you can get into the big matches like this one.
It is a big match. Best of 3. The winner gets that kind of, not only a top seed, but also just that sigh of relief. Like, okay, we've done it. No, not an extra day of play. Just keep it chilled. And I want to know, Jacob, just straight off the bat, when you see these two, with the roster change that did happen in Navi, of course, getting Zeus back into the driving seat, the leadership side of things, is there a clear favorite to you in this one?
I still favor Astralis by quite a big margin.
Okay, let's walk through why that is.
That's why they're such a composed team, you know. They didn't make any changes whatsoever, and it seems like from the outside of, at least, like, they're probably the most professional team we have in Counter-Strike right now. The whole setup, the whole Astralis organization, the way they play, the way they train, the way they get taken care of by physios, by everything, you know. The whole setup in Astralis is set up to win, you know. And that's how it works right now. And they have been winning, you know. They have been performing at majors, and they haven't changed any players. And it seems like they're such a well-collected and collaborated team, you know. So I don't see a Navi coming in with a change for now, at least going up against Astralis. Maybe in the future, but I think it's a little bit too soon for now.
You've intrigued me, actually. I think that's an interesting kind of avenue to pursue. Chad, do you have anything to add to this kind of this professional approach, and whether that is the recipe for success? Is that the future, this Astralis kind of...
For sure. I think everyone needs to be jumping on that boat as soon as they possibly can. Yeah, because structure in and out of the game means you're going to be able to replicate results. It means that you're going to be able to go into it. Right. Exactly, and you're not going to rely on one guy rocking up and dropping 40 frags in a game for you to win it. Your strategies are very structured. The way that you go into a game means, hey, we're not going to have those performance issues of, did I get enough sleep? Did I eat the right food? My chocolate bar too early in the day for that energy. Exactly. And if you can do this and you can have a regimen and you can do it time and time again, that's why, you know, you see these consistent players. Within this Astralis lineup, everyone is pretty goddamn consistent, I would say.
Yeah. Well, while they're having their vitamins and while we're naming letters, Group B is indeed where they are doing play. And the discussion to be had is, with the loss of Virtus Pro, perhaps the Renegades are going to be quaking in their boots, because no matter what they do, no matter what happens, it's either Astralis or Navi that they'll be staring down the barrel of as they try and battle for a playoff spot. So this game is more of just a get it done now and see and avoid that curveball of Renegades. Janko, do you want to jump back into this conversation about this professionalism, or what do you make of the whole idea of moving into this, I mean, becoming more and more like the mainstream competitive sports?
I agree. I think one of the main benefits of it is, with that type of a mindset, players are more professional when it comes to practice and more focused in practice. And that's something that I think a lot of teams still don't do as well as they should, because in practice you should just try to do the same things you're going to do in an official game. That's where you don't feel uncomfortable. That's where there's no inconsistency, because you do the things you practiced. A lot of teams or players do sometimes random things in practice simply because it's not an official, and then when the game comes in and the situation repeats itself, well, you don't have a protocol that you've been following in practice. You're just doing something random, and that's where the inconsistency comes from.
Well, this is them. Just to put their faces on your screen while we do continue their conversation. Astralis. Seems that the panel are kind of smitten by their new approach to competitive Counter-Strike. It is regimented, it is structured, and it is, as you described it, Jacob, I'll let you kind of the words yourself. It was the most professional, you think, the most professional approach?
A league's looking from the outside, yeah. And I think it's a very good point Janko brought up, you know, especially practice, because from where I see it, Astralis is not the team in the world who practice the most, you know. They're just the most efficient with their practice. There's so many teams out there who like sits down and practice maybe 8 to 10 hours a day, you know, but in reality they maybe only have like 2 or 3 hours of good practice. Whereas a team like Astralis, every time they sit on the server, you know, they actually get something out of their time, you know, and that's a very key difference between a team like Astralis and some of the up-and-coming teams.
I think Glaive is definitely doing the most work in terms of preparation. We didn't even see him right there with the rest of the team. He was probably somewhere, you know, checking the demos, looking at his notebook, stuff like that. But yeah, Astralis is a great team. I think, unfortunately, you know, obviously they're the most consistent team we have in the last couple of months, 2017 for sure, but they haven't lifted as many trophies as they would like, certainly, and not as many as we would probably even expect. You know, a lot of top 4 finishes every single time, grand finals and so forth, but they've definitely been looking for more titles.
So here's the question: is whilst they are, you know, efficient, and whilst they are to a degree consistent, not necessarily in lifting trophies, why is it that there is some degree of a tag affixed to them that is their brand of Counter-Strike isn't the most exciting to watch? Is it boring Counter-Strike to be effective and well-structured?
No, it's because they don't rely on one player getting, you know, a flashy 4K,
incredible,
right?
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's not like the G2s of the world where every single player in that team has enough to just go in and just bust up around. We saw in Pro League last week, the G2 guys, like within one game, they had 3 different aces across 3 different players. It's like they were relying on individual skill, or at least situations, to get them through that. Whereas if you watch a team like this, it's more impressive for me to see the way that Device absolutely manhandled Fallen at the major on Overpass, or was it Cologne? Whichever one. It doesn't matter. Lots of Counter-Strike. To see him do that and completely tear them apart, like in that manner, then for him to be getting, you know, a 4K every round, or just those flashy clutches coming in every time, that kind of stuff for me, as a purist of Counter-Strike, is much more entertaining.
Absolutely, and going up against this style of Counter-Strike is a bit of an unknown entity. It's the Bumblebees. They are indeed black and yellow, and we're going to be seeing exactly what they're capable of. You can see there's Zeus back on the roster and looking rather happy for it. I just saw, actually walk past as I was taking my quick toilet break, seeing that Zeus was giving them one of his signature team talks, all included in the huddle: coach, manager, and he was just
videographer.
There was some decibel levels, and he was, I mean, I would have gone to battle for him at the end of that, I'm telling you. He hypes you up. If there's anything else Zeus does, he gives a good team talk.
Not only is he a good in-game leader, he's a good leader, right? That's what he brings to the team, that stature as well, of being able to say, like, look, I'm the commander in charge here. You're going to do what I say. There's no talking back to me. And that's great for someone like Simple, who we've seen evolve over a lot of the time, right? He's come into this team from Liquid. He was humbled in his Liquid days, having teammates actually have to carry him through a major qualifier. And now we have he looks like a very well-presented, humbled kind of man, you know, and seeing him in this team under the leadership of Zeus is very exciting. The problem up until this point, and definitely not in this tournament, the very few matches that we've seen of this team online was Simple having to do a lot of work. So we need the other key components to rock up, and I think if you look at a duo of Flamey and Simple, that's something that's very exciting for this roster. We just need someone else to be a consistent third star, and we're in the right place.
I mean, I certainly would be scared getting to a server where, you know, Flamey and Simple are both gunning for you. 2 very scary young bloods to the game of Counter-Strike, and then you have Mr. Backbone Edward there, who will always be present and will always be able to do what is necessary. I think, would you put Edward and Zipnix in a similar role category? I know that everyone praises Zipnix for being the kind of king of his craft. Do you think Edward has a similar position, Pimp, or is it a different discussion?
Sort of. We're yet to see what Zeus on the team. I think Edward could move into a position where as Zipnix has on Astralis, but for now we haven't seen it too much. I'd say that also, like, Zipnix is in a different league in that category. Like, Zipnix is the best support player out there with Taco.
And it does seem like we're going to be jumping straight on into that veto process. Already the Danes have taken Cobble out of the running, and bye-bye Cash. Nothing has changed, it seems.
Yeah, the vetoes are pretty clear-cut. It's this is where Astralis obviously has a big advantage when it comes to the actual map pool. But yeah, it's very interesting to see them going for Overpass instead of Nuke. Nuke is the obvious one you would expect them to go for. Navi wasn't very impressive on that map, even though they tried picking it up. For Navi, it was going to be most likely Mirage. Perhaps Train was the other map they could have went for, prepared for Mirage more. So Nuke is their last ban, and Astralis goes for the Inferno ban.
You okay there, Chad?
Where's the punish? Like, why not just grab Nuke and just go, we're going to stomp you on it? It's not a map that you're particularly well known for playing. Astralis, on the other hand, can look very competitive on that map against some of the best in the world. So this is the thing. Astralis are normally known for vetoing in the sense of they will pick your weaknesses and just beat you on it because they have such a solid map pool other than Cobblestone. This was very clear-cut, the 5 maps that were going to be left, but I don't understand.
What would you have made more sense to you?
Just picking Nuke. Right now, you like Overpass, you're playing into the wheelhouse of Navi, right?
Okay.
To an extent. I feel them watching Navi perform, albeit online, in their 2 games on Overpass, they probably weren't impressed. Not just with the result that Navi had, they lost both to Heroic and Fnatic, but maybe with the style that they were running. Maybe Astralis feels, okay, the style that we have and the way we play Overpass is perfect for what they're going to do. And we can't forget that Astralis is still probably the best Overpass team. I mean, they only had a couple of outlier losses pretty much in the whole year, more or less. So it's not that big of a shock. Nuke can be a bit of a snowbally map as well, right? I believe that who picks the map, the opponent picks the side, so perhaps they don't want to start on the T side of Nuke.
Something to be considered. I do want to make sure we get that featured matchup up because that is something that is definitely worth showing both us here at the desk and also you guys at home. There is a fun one here. I mean, the tip of your tongue as soon as we asked about it, Chad, was, you know, we get to see Device taking on none other than Simple. That's going to be a little head-to-head.
Yeah, you have someone who is like super sound as a fundamental AWPer of Device, who can also be flashy, and he knows when to drop the AWP and pick up a rifle going into, you know, a bomb site. And then you have Simple on the other hand, who is a combat AWPer through and through. He can actually do it all as well, but he's a lot more flashy. He's a lot more aggressive.
Fire and ice, clash of styles kind of thing.
I mean, in that sense, it's similar to the duel we had between Device and Fallen at the Major, right? Simple is more similar to Fallen in his AWPing playstyle than he is to Device.
Getting to see them. Sorry to interrupt you, Jacob. I know you had something to say. I just wanted to make sure we got
it's all good. It's more like, as they said, like it's Simple. He's the guy you let loose from your team. He's the guy you let do stuff on his own, and you like play on that. You know, whereas Device have a set plan with his team. He's supposed to do something, and if he does it well, then the team like plan will work. You know, so it's 2 completely different styles, and we're gonna see which one will prevail.
We will see. It's gonna be a full best of 3. Fingers crossed. I would like a 3 maps, and actually 3 is the magic number. Yanko, what have you got for us? Who are you backing? Which horse are you backing in this group?
Yeah, in this particular matchup, I'm backing Astralis simply because I believe that, for one, Astralis has a deeper map pool. That's where I thought their first strength is going to lie. They're going to go for Nuke, but even with Overpass, I still think they have an advantage across the series. For Navi, it would have to be a situation of them overachieving or overperforming in this series to take them down. The second reason for Astralis is simply that they have more structure than Navi have at the moment. Yes, they brought back Zeus recently from Gambit, but Navi, that's the third reason. They just need more time. With the playstyle that they like to run, that Zeus likes to run with a default style, spread around the map, take map control, it's going to take some time for the players to get used to that playstyle, simply because with C's there was too many players trying to, you know, voice their ideas and so forth. It was a bit of a mess. So I think Astralis right now is just a more structured, more regimented squad, and they will be able to take down Navi in this best of 3.
I see synchronized nodding heads. Yanko, you seem to be convincing this panel, as well as, of course, logic states right here, Jacob, that a team that's been established and has results behind them and a fresh new, I say fresh new roster, it's such a weird way to phrase it, but a roster that has just kind of recalibrated, you would definitely expect the win to be going well.
Exactly. Like the only problem I see for Astralis in this game could be Simple, you know, and could be the fact that he goes totally crazy. You know, he has the ability to be the best player on the server in this matchup. So if he becomes the best player in this game, then there's a chance for Navi.
Okay.
But I'm completely on board with Janko, especially the fact that Astralis picked Overpass. You know, that's such a confidence pick to me, because they know Navi are good on it, but they know they're better. You know, so why go into uncommon ground on Nuke when you can just pick your own strengths, you know. So perfectly told by Janko. I'm on board with the Astralis train.
And Chad, finally, you going to be going full Dane?
It's all been covered, yeah. I'll just go with Astralis.
Okay, nodding heads all around. Nodding Danish Bulldogs, perhaps, as we are getting ourselves locked in for this one. Full Astralis from us. We'll be talking about the maps ourselves, amongst ourselves for these predictions, because we need those points. But points aside, your casters are standing by. What's going down in Chinatown? Henry G and Sado. Boys, are you excited to see a little bit of Navi flair, or is this just going to be an Astralis walk in the park?
I'm excited to see Simple main AWP for Navi. Yeah. I think he's quite an erratic player going against Device. I think that's going to be quite fun to watch, especially on the CT side as well. I think he'll dictate the pace of the game. I think that's going to be something to watch, and I agree with Pim. I think that's the key fact going into this one. I don't think Navi are necessarily ready for a team like Astralis in the best of 3, but hoping we get to 3 maps and we can have a bit of a showing from both teams.
I think that water is wet, bears shit in the woods, and this is going to be a good game of Counter-Strike, guys.
Oh, perfect. I'll leave it on those beautiful notes. It is, of course, the Commonwealth couple. Take it away.
Thank you very much. Commonwealth couple's nice.
I prefer creamy couple.
Well, you have an affinity affection for pie and people getting creamed.
Well, Jason and Anders, they're called the Creamy Bears, so we could be the creamy couple.
Okay, sure. I've never been... Oh, wait, I have been pied. Thanks, Carmack, for that backstab, Jason. I won't forget that you were involved in that. I will remember these things. Don't you worry.
Well, Navi versus Astralis. We meet again. You and I, that is.
That is true. They also meet again, but different iteration with Simple on the main op, as you just mentioned. Look, Navi yesterday looked quite good against Virtus Pro, but we never really know what that means because we never really know what Virtus Pro bring to the table. I'm sick of it, but it's a fact. Sometimes teams might just outplay them. Who knows? Sometimes teams get gifted a little bit more leverage than perhaps they have earned in a particular match. So overall, yeah, Astralis, let's see what you got, because it's pressure on them. Didn't win the major, obviously went out to Gambit, who went on to win it. And all the favorites had similar fates against Gambit.
Sure. Well, we'll see what happens here. It looks like we're almost ready to get into it. I can see all the players on the server right now, and they'll be bringing in the potential knife round. I'm not sure which. I think it might be the main thing, you know, the main event about to begin. If you're just joining us, the second best of 3 of the day of winners games. The winner of this best of 3 will go to the playoff. Losing out of this tournament, but gives them a bit more of a difficult path to those playoff series. We'll see what happens here on Overpass. I do favour, especially on this map, that Astralis run over Navi, and we'll see how the series develops. It'll be indicative as to where it will go. If Navi can get double digits on Overpass, I think that'll be a success in its own right.
Well, it's another series by which the map pool, we think, dominates, or doesn't dominate, but dictates one team's favorites over the other. Certainly didn't turn out to play that way for North and SK, as North were able to win that series. Boost up above the boards, 2 inside of the water position. This is a reasonably good position, and a boost as well to see into the stairwell, confirm that there is a presence from Navi. Good information early from Astralis. Now the question is, how do they rotate in accordance? The 2 players boosting in the site naturally will be the first to rotate back through the stairs toward A.
Here we go. Towards A, we will indeed end up for Navi here. 1 smoke, presumably used towards CT spawn. That'll be thrown in momentarily. That'll be the final commitment as well. The CT's ready and waiting. Device tucking himself in the corner that never gets checked in CSGO. And his teammate Glaive to bait him in somewhat.
Shots in.
Check this time.
Yeah, Zeus has definitely spotted up Device as they immediately rounded the corner, looked his direction. Glaive, meanwhile, goes back out from the bank stairs. He's lost his teammates, but he's willing to take the fight no less. Goes down, though, however, as Zipix will try and battle on. Good shot on Flamey. That temporarily dropped the bomb. If anything, that's his best chance of trying to get back into the round, but they could easily rotate it around. Good find on Simple. Does he know, however, that they're pushing onto his position? He certainly does. Raps to find Zeus. Zipix has a third, and he's got 1 more to find to win out the round. He's already got the shots. He's got the damage as well. Seized is down to 28. Zipix just backs off, spots toward the stairs. No kit for Zip, but he's got the armor over Seized, which favors him in the duel. He's just got to be quick about finding his target. Quick tap should bring Seized back up the stairs. He knows he's rotated off, but he's looked the wrong direction. Does he spot? He does. Has to chase. No, he doesn't, because he's got the kit. That could be enough in it alone, because now Seized is thinking he doesn't have the time. Checks it, realizes he's still on it. Zipix can't hold and gets off it. Seized just barely. He pulls it back.
Defuse there when he came off the bomb. I think he probably could have held on and had a chance of winning the round. Would have been really touch and go. I'm not 100% sure. But Zipex, an admirable effort there. 3 kills in total. Almost gets the 4th as well. Dinks up Seized. But clever play by Navi towards the end. It was a very deep approach at the start, getting that basic map control, negating the boost towards the connector, and at that point, execute towards the site. Bomb planted, looked very comfortable, but Zipex turned up, and be one of the very best clutches we have in CSGO. Can't quite win it out, though. 1-0 for Navi. 4 AKs purchased by Navi here. It's interesting, but I normally at least see a couple of SMGs for the utility factor, but they still have 2 smokes to work with here. Forced by, of course, from the Astralis side. Even Device is getting stuck in there with the Scout. No one for him, but CZ's 5.7s and P250s around him with a couple of smokes to work with as well. It looks like a boost coming in towards the B side as well. Zipex boosting up his teammate, Glaive. And looking towards the squeaky door right now to see if they can find that first pick.
He's toward that door. Glaive's not exactly exposed to it, but can't see it as he decided to step to his left on top of his teammate's head. Strong neck, Zipex has. Good nade. Straight into the face of Zeus. Puts him on to 52 HP. Meanwhile, Flamey. Zipex will get him down, so that's actually favoring Astralis on the way to the site. They still can't respond either as they continue to try to spray through to exactly where Glaive's playing. Seized gets to pre-Glaive. Popping up finds him in return. It's all been traded back. It's still the favor for Astralis. Zeus down, Simple up. Edward with the bomb. Thankfully, Simple was smart enough to backpedal and find Zipex trying to catch them out by pushing through a smoke they'd already bypassed. That should allow the plant, which should being the operative word, come out to the round if everything stabilizes, but they still have a scout to contend with in Device's hands.
No kits to work with here. Device, he needs to find the opening pick, and he needs to find it right now. Not going to happen. Simple and Edward strike at the same time to find round number 2 there for Navi. Got a little bit problematic there. Some interesting decisions from Navi to just walk into the B bomb site 1 by 1 against the CZs, against that force buy. Always going to be a little bit problematic there. They give away a couple of kills, and it comes down to a 2-on-2, but looking quite comfortable towards the end there. I think CZ did call for a pause, but he says never mind. It's absolutely fine. We're going to run a 3 here. Has to be the full eco for Astralis. Now on the rocky road to getting back into this game. First gun round won't be brilliant for them. They probably won't have the AWP. Or potentially no defuse kits here. Defuse kits are $400 in CSGO. Previous iterations are $200. So it's a little bit more difficult to get those in your back pocket. Mac 10s, UMPs, a couple of AKs as well, but it's that silenced USP, and once again, walking up short, giving frags away for free, more or less. There's so many angles to check there. It's a little bit arrogant, I think, just to walk up and try and find frags on that side of the map without any sort of flashbang or smoke deployed. Should be fine for the round, generally speaking. There's another dink. Simple goes down to 27 HP, but he has got control of the A site.
Simple toward the dumpster, can't find the headshot ensuing behind. Edward, meanwhile, Mac 10 tries his very best, his utmost, to push them back further. It manages to hold them off long enough to get the bomb in, as intended. And kill for Flamey, rather. And then Edward gets 2 on the Mac 10, and that'll close around. Simple does the last damage. 3-0 Navi. Guns will be in the mix. The AWP for Device will be a glass cannon. I'm just trying to catch a look at his spawn. It's actually quite deep, so he won't be able to get toward the flower pot, or excuse me, the fountain in front of bathrooms, but he could, if he wanted, go over toward B. He's not. He's actually going to go flower pot, so fair enough. The correct flower pot, the real one, not the fake one, the fountain.
Device yet to frag. We'll see if he can step up here with the AWP. That's where he does his best work on Overpass. Can't be backing him up towards the bathrooms there. And Simple, as we mentioned in the pre-game, now the main AWPer for Navi. After losing Guardian, who, to be fair, wasn't really in the most fantastic form towards the end of his tenure within this side. So I like this idea. I think Simple definitely can fill the role of a main AWP. And we'll see whether he can step up here today. We saw it look very exciting in previous matchups. Towards long for now, and he's spamming off the silenced USP. Flashbang towards long now from Simple. And he will take the challenge momentarily.
Worth it to fire into the tree.
Just in case. Now he has got control. Device fires off a shot while blind. He has to pull back to a more defensive line at this point. Kiabi, we follow him. He's in a very difficult position. You see players On the left-hand side towards Bathroom and towards Long as well. Lost the backup of his teammate. And a lovely shot by Flaming there. Good flashbang as well. Finds him the 5-on-4.
Flashbang ultimately led to an easy kill. As Glaive waits behind the truck inside of sight, Device is there as well. Xyp9x has already rotated. There's time that they could go back to B, but with 30 seconds, long way around without information, this will be an A hit. Device forward of the stairs. Molotov in front of him, but not behind until now. And he decides to go all the way back on it. That's going to buy space for Navi. It means Glaive has to hit shots on his own. Uses the truck. Xyp9x is baited in. As a result of it, he's got 3 on the flank. Finally, he's answered and taken down. I take it back. I thought he came for the flank. He was beside Glaive the whole time, which now it's his opportunity to strike. As he finds Simple, Flamey responds, but you're right. There's 1 second on the clock. It's a 1-on-1. There's no time for the kill either. He can't find Dupree.
Xyp9x. My God, that was some round from him. All the players from Astralis go down, but they do win the round indeed. It'll be a very difficult investment into the next. I'm sure we'll watch how this went down. 2 players towards the truck position here. Wow. Just straight up through the smoke towards Long. Why not? Using the map as a gauge as to where he has to aim. Takes the shot, finds 2 and a 3rd as well. And as you can see, sure they win the round, but now the reinvestment very difficult indeed. 2 FAMASes, 2 UMPs, and M4. It's always difficult. And all 5 players go down if you win the round on the CT side, especially when you're not established here. No kits, of course. Debris of no utility whatsoever. Similar story for Device and Xyp9x. We'll see what they can do here as we get back towards Long A. Simple, he still has his orb. Plenty of money for the terrorist side here. And they'll be aware of that as well. Zeus, known to have a very slow, methodical approach to the T side. Will not be enough here as he goes down to the UMP of Kiabi.
Flamey starts to push up toward Long. Inching his way toward the site. He's found by Dupree first, though, with the FAMAS. Spots another shoulder of Edward. Just as he was about to go left with the boxes, it's the right side by which Edward strikes. Catches out Dupree and Device, apparently, because back inside the bathrooms, he retreats to the site, greeted by ground already occupied by Edward, and now Simple will plant. Good nade from Glaive. He will not plant. That bomb gets flung forward and then pursued as Glaive pushes through to find Edward. Watch out to flank at the backside. Sees one all the way around, hoping to establish control of bathrooms, anticipating perhaps the plant would come sooner, but never did.
Well, against all odds, and with that lackluster buy, it's Device and co with the UMPs, the FAMASes that come out on top. Not sure how they did it, but UMP from Kiabi in towards that connector, found the first frag, follow them up Long towards the bomb site. And no bomb going down means it's an eco, and an interesting buy from Edward. He gets a P90.
Love it.
You get a P90 head armor. It's the most expensive SMG at 2350.
With the least kill reward.
Least kill reward. It's very rare to see that these days in CSGO, but he brought it out in this round.
Prevalent in 2013.
Yeah, it was a big deal back then. But Device, he's back on the AWP, picks it up from Simple in the last round. 3-2. Astralis get back into their best map in the pool, especially on the CT side. I guess on the T side as well. They're probably the best T side team on Overpass. But now I'll be looking to strike back here. Maybe the P90 is the secret weapon. And we've been mocking it, and it's going to work out for him.
Short tunnel toward construction. It's seized, already in position on the CZ-75. Dupree will wait inside of Monster. Smoked off. He actually wants to play closer to it in case they decide to flash or push. He'd hold the helm. Let's see what the P90 has. Spray and pray all day, baby. Xyp9x back turn might go down to it. Does! Edward finds the kill as Flamey found Dupree, over his shoulder, but Glaive spots 2 in return on the M4. And unfortunately, our favorite gun in the entire game has been put to the floor.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an exciting start there, but it has been subsided now by the Astralis team. 3-on-2, 20 seconds remaining. The bomb will be planted towards A, in fact.
They've realized it.
Actually happening, and sees he finds a kill towards B. This could still work out. Simple, Deagle in hand. Sure, he's got low HP, but he's got a decent angle. Takes down Device, got the AWP. HP's not a factor. There it is. Now it's a 1v1 technically, but Seized is coming in on the flank. He's in the bathrooms now. He's joining him.
The 1 kill was all Simple needed because he bought the space and time for the rotation, and the hesitation is now in the mind of Kiabi. He'll get the opening kill, but Seized is ready, and he's got the AK. Has to surely anticipate the fact that he's rotated around from B after getting the kill that he did get. Kiarbi tries to go above the smoke to see him. Oh, I think he just did as he dropped down. That might be enough to discourage. He's going to get on it anyway. Sees, spots inside of the smoke and makes no mistake on the spray.
The problem is the smoke was tied the right-hand side of the bomb as well, so he's only going to be in one place, right? That pre-fire is a little bit easy. You can see the left-hand side of the bomb. So pretty much knew exactly where he was. But what a round that was from Navi to get back into it. It's the P90, the Deagles, and the P250s. Simple with the very clever play there. As soon as his teammates went all in towards B and found a couple of kills, he's planting at A. And like I said, with that Deagle as well, his HP is not a factor. When Device is coming in from bank with the AWP, if he can find him and make him miss a shot, wins the round. Bought enough time for C's to rotate in. So he's only going to be in one place, right? That pre-fire is a little bit easy. You can see the left-hand side of the bomb. So pretty much knew exactly where he was. But what a round that was from Navi to get back into it. It's the P90, the Deagles, and the P250s. Simple with the very clever play there. As soon as his teammates went all in towards B and found a couple of kills, he's planting at A. And like I said, with that Deagle as well, his HP is not a factor. When Device is coming in from bank with the AWP, if he can find him and make him miss a shot, wins the round. Bought enough time for C's to rotate in as well, and they forced Astralis down to an eco here. P250s, USPs, and Dupree with the Deagle. Arguably one of the best Deagle players in the entirety of Denmark. We'll see whether he can do anything with it this round. We've had some insane rounds from him on Overpass with that weapon. But for now, once again, back towards A is Navi. 3 along, 2 middle. Contact play, I don't think they'll execute too heavily here. Keep the guns out. Ready to strike, and it's simple to find the first shot. As he takes down Glaive, that should be the round done.
Shots through. Edward pushing around. Push King, apparently, but the King will be drinking some wine because he's gone down. Device getting the shot back in return. It's still a 3 versus 3. Bomb planted. 1 SMG picked up, 4 Device to try and work with. AK still in handover. Simple and a good shot. Great shot to find Kiarbi doing exactly the angle he was looking for at the dumpster. He's going to go back for the same shot and the same result. Zipix goes down. Simple does it all, putting an assist on Device. We go 5-2 for Navi.
And he's getting to an okay position for Astralis. This will be another difficult buy here. I don't think they'll be bringing out any P90s just yet, but Kiarbi's only got $3,700. Here's the replay of Simple finding more and more frags there. Like you said, 5-2 in favor. CIS team, no AWP this time for Device. It's a FAMAS for Kiarbi. Glaive on just the SMG as well, and we're going towards B this time. Zeus wants to mix things up. This could be either a B rush or a full set piece, splitting between Short and Monster. There is some CT presence though coming in as well. 2 players pushing off that area, and it looks like the CTs will get all the frags. Dupree, double spray down there, baited in by his teammate who's spraying through the B wooden panels, and he's doing damage as well, and it's going to be funneling them back towards Monster, and this is an easy Astralis round. Zeus gets one back with the HE grenade. Simple sits in a smoke. But now a 4-on-2. Surely nothing they can do this round, and maybe that's confirmed after Glaive takes down the bomb and Simple.
Zeus backs well out of the picture. Bomb's down, so even though there's a minute to work with, he'll try and make it expensive in any way that he can, but not pursue the round. It's a long drawn out affair at this point, because Astralis don't have the money to afford pushing, chasing. And they know it, and they'll play discipline as a result of it. Smart calls. Glaive, by the way, speaking of calls, in-game leader leads the way on 10 kills. 1 behind that of Simple. Device, on the other hand of that, if you want to talk about star potential and AWP in specific, 1 kill.
That's correct, 1 for 7. That was the fast B approach there from Navi, completely shut down by Dupree. He pushes off towards Short. Nades and flashbangs deployed. He gets the double spray down, falls back, still alive for now. 10 seconds remaining. Looks like Zeus will just be holding onto his weapon as he sticks towards long, now in the bathrooms. Astralis had another round to their total. Keeping 4 players alive this time as well. Money has been a massive issue for them, generally speaking, but they'll be absolutely fine here. Still can't buy the AWP, need to win 1 more round. Flamey will be dropping the orb for Simple, and here's the replay. As I can see, as I said, there was a little like spam coming through where the CTs usually boost behind the wooden boards, and then they were just so focused on that. They thought the boost was coming through, I think. Dupree used that as a cue to run around the corner, find those 2 kills. They had no idea that could be a possibility. All for Simple. The force spike coming through. 2 pistols, 2 AKs, one of which was saved. And this could be the chance for Astralis to tie things up. Win this round. Full eco for Navi next.
Great. Oh, did you see the foot? I didn't think. It was fully visible, but it may have been. X-ray certainly made it look misleading. Glaive goes back out toward construction. Smokes off short tunnel that, in theory, gives him more room to work with if he wanted to get a better angle toward the bottom of Squeaky Door. Thus far, he's not moved. Bomb well back toward T-spawn in the stairwell. As they start to pursue the underpass is the exact moment as well that Kiabi is also pushed up in the bathrooms, which gives him good information, but they should anticipate that they're likely in the depths of a small underpass position, given that they've not spotted them anywhere else. Even with looking, Kiabi's going to continue on. He could be in a perfect position and with timing to flank if they hit B. He's gotten inside the stairwell. Zeus is a sitting duck. Down he goes.
Yeah, big frag for Kiabi to pick up there. Funnels him towards the monster tunnel. They'll be going all in here, but getting flashed off. Time ticking away, and flashes once again. They're getting completely wrecked here. Not in terms of fragging, but it's utility usage by Astralis. Smoke finally deployed on the side. That'll be their chance to try and get this bomb down, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. Flamey, he's got it, and they still can't get near the site. Look at it all. Flames coming in now. This can't get near the bomb site itself. 10 seconds remaining.
Good shot from Flamey to get Glaive. They're low HP. He could have easily swept them up under the rug, but Kiarbi's gotten Simple. Bomb plant, not even. Flamey gets off, but he wants to take fights and catch them off with his best opportunity as Zipex will put him down. We're back to within 1, and 9 rounds done. It's 5-4.
Yeah, Astralis getting in the zone now. They bring out the AWP as well, but what a brilliant round by them. Reading it very nicely indeed. Getting that early 5-on-4 with Kiabi, finding the player in towards Connector. They have to go all in through the monster tunnel. Just a flashbang, just so relentless as well. Buying Astralis so much time and dropping the utility in terms of the incendiaries at the right time. Navi can't even get a bomb down there. Has to be full eco. PG-50s, some Deagles. That's about it. No armor, no nades. Going towards Connector. This will be Dupree to greet them. Runs out of bullets towards the end there. Did substantial damage. One more bullet would have taken down Zeus, but not meant to be. Now it's a 4-on-4.
Deva goes down, touches the flames, backs out, goes in again. He's made a lot of noise, so has to be very careful. At least confirmed they were there on the re-peak.
And that's fine. They don't need to find the frags here. They know they've got pistols and they haven't really got much to work with in terms of the nades. Just make them go towards the bomb sites here. You can hold crossfires and take them down with superior weaponry.
Even with the M4 picked up, they're still superior in the fact that Zeus has no armor. They call it aim punch. It's a bit like fruit punch, just doesn't taste as good. Glaive, good shot, sees down, bomb drop. Device will have some of that pie. Simple gets him back with a Deagle. Not the first time it's been an op versus Deagle, and Simple's won that exchange between the two players. Last time it amounted to a round. This time it'd be a tall order. 42 seconds though, but Simple on an AWP. Give it a chance.
I'll give it a chance.
Didn't have to say give it a big one, just give it a small chance.
Oh, well, Zipex, he's given him the big one. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Didn't know that about Zipex.
And it will be
Let me just jot that down.
At 5-5, and we should have another buy coming in for Navi here. No AWP available this time. I'll have a look at Deve's score. He's still on 2 for 9, but they're getting back into this now. He's got the AWP out. I dare say he'll get back into this game swimmingly. 5 rounds to go, and we'll see if he can have one of his trademark opening frags here on the map. He's going towards B this time. Doesn't smoke off towards short, but it goes off and goes aggressively to try and find this first pick, and it's going to be Glaive though. Through the smoke. Gifted that one as Edward pushes through as well. Nice incendiary to buy him a little bit more time. That should force Flamey out into the situation with Glaive is looking so good right now. 4-on-3. And Kiabi ready for any players to overextend at this point as well. Device. He falls back towards the connector. This is the shot that really counts here, and I have to say Kiabi's position, it was looking promising, but against these sort of players, this round shouldn't really be falling back. I think they should have fallen back with the situation they had. Out 3-on-2.
Yeah, much sooner, especially the last kill just sitting in the open. Zipex and Dupree trying to play this together somewhat. Zipex stays to the window. He's actually committed to the B site now, so I take that back. I thought he'd stay closer to Dupree on A, but they're going to split the sites rather than play a retake in hopes that they'll find at least a pick early. The next pick, therefore. Silent seized. could be misleading because he looks to try and get toward BOK. He's given it up. If he had continued on past Sandbags right after Xyp9x had gone behind him, that could have cost them because they might have rotated on his information, but he never goes that far. They go back toward A. Xyp9x is still going to try and time this to be perfectly aligned with their backsides as they walk toward dupreeh, who's sitting in a corner that's good for one, but one and done. Maybe even less than that because commonly checked and they've got the time to do it. They walk in, he gets the bomb, sees the shadow as well. No Simple still playing. Xyp9x should arrive any second. That's exactly the plan. They're too slow and Xyp9x gets both. I take it back, dupreeh got one, but still, point stands.
Well then, he said that would be a difficult situation for him, but apprehensive Navi. They didn't want to give him more than one frag there, Matt. They wanted to hold up and challenge him together. That was perfect, considering the flank was coming in from Connector. Xyp9x with the perfect timing there, comes around the corner, takes both of them down, and there it is. A perfect finish to the round. It's going to be 6-5 now. Round number 12, and what I can see, not a forced buy from Navi. Flamey's certainly all in. He's down to $400, but a partial buy. Lost bonus starting to come in their favor now as Glaive, he goes aggressive towards middle. Same story for Device as well. Taking on those first two frags. 3 to go, make it 2, and it's going to be a very quick round indeed. Zeus, the final player here for Navi, holds towards the playground. Smoked out, he might just walk to his certain death. There it is, KRB finds him. Now Astralis, they're high rolling. Remember, they were 5-2 down, and now 7-5 up. So a complete swing in the game, and 5 rounds in a row for Astralis. No orb for this round. Coming to the closing sector, I think he just buy the orb. Maybe Device isn't feeling it today, he's in 3 for 10. Maybe he's just said to his team, you know what, I'm not hitting anything. It's not really working out for me and getting out-dueled. Let me just stick on the rifle. Hasn't always been a full-time AWPer.
No, but he has been successful since his switch to it. Exactly. He did a lot of statistic analytics.
Sometimes you just have to listen to your gut though. Like some days your won't work out for you. You can't just be stubborn and say, I'll stick on it. Like, maybe it's the call they have to make. Like, it's situational, right? You have to be the bigger man and say, look, I'm not hitting anything today. Let's just go 5 rifles here. It seems to be working.
Well, they've got the lead back after being down 5-2.
Just to note as well, Astralis don't really have a secondary AWPer. So if Device isn't hitting anything, who picks it up? dupreeh, technically it's a secondary.
dupreeh, yeah.
But it's not reliable. I don't think you want to take him off an AK. So
give it to dupreeh. It's funny they don't have a second AWPer. They used to have 3.
Yeah, right. Well, Carrigan was there.
And Cajun.
Yeah, that's right.
KRB, good enough. Gigs down 2 with the M4 at long. Device back inside, takes the bomb out of the hands of Simple. Wins the exchange with the M4, you're right. Without the op, has no problem with Simple. Zeus will walk up from the depths of the underpass and get taken down. Picked up the op. Yeah, didn't buy it, picks it up. Thanks for the investment. I'll take that. Maybe that's the trick. He's better with other people's AWP.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It's been blessed by Simple. 5-1, C's, not really much he can do with this round. There's still a maximum loss bonus, but bombs certainly won't be planted. It's down towards the bathroom this time, and Navi, very slow defaults being shut down time and time again. KRB and Device doing a great job towards the bathroom there, finding the kills in the connector. And then C's gets one back. He finds Xyp9x, but it's not really going to be affecting things that severely in the bigger picture. Him surviving something. There it is. Glaive with the final frag. And it will be 8-5, 2 rounds to go. Walking down to Device right now. 2 frags in the previous round. Towards long they went at the very start. Great spray control from KRB. Another partial buy here from Navi. No bombs going down in the last 5 rounds. Or 6, I should say. They timed that one out. So, since the beginning of this game, when they had that 5-2 start for winning the pistol, they have dropped off somewhat, haven't they? And they move into the second half, and that's where things get a little bit scarier. The Astralis T-half on Overpass. CZs, AKs, and we are seeing the CZ completely replace the Tech-9 right now. It seemed like Tech-9 isn't a nerf, it's just gone.
It's true, yeah. And it was...
Everyone's using the CZ.
They've gone back to it, you're right. And it's been a slow and subtle change because the Tech-9, some people I'm sure were stubborn. It was so powerful for such a long time. But yeah, the CZ is back in force.
I haven't been able to use the new Tech-9 myself yet, so I can't really comment that much, but I don't know, it seems like the nerf didn't make it this much of a... I don't know, like...
I still hate the draw speed on the CZ.
Yeah, the IKEA pistol. Gotta
IKEA?
Assemble it yourself.
You do, good point, you do. IKEA pistol, does it come with meatballs?
No, those are bought separately.
Well, we're here in Sweden, maybe we can talk to IKEA and get them added.
An IKEA skin.
If you pick up in store, they'll include the meatballs.
Towards B we go. The final play from Navi in this round. Looks like they're all in. KRB having a bit of a blinder so far to hold them off.
waiting for Zeus, but he might get caught out. Good spot and turn. Good reaction to almost find a third onto Edward as well. I was sure he was going to get taken down from behind before even finding a single kill, so very well done in the position. However, still problems. As the bomb has been planted, they have an AWP on the retake and no kits in play. Flamey's in a decent position as well if Device even dare walk forward and try and go above him. Flash in, Flamey knows that they're there. Will go up, doesn't even need to find the first kill. His teammates already got it. Smoke, that's not what he wants. It's not a frag grenade. But it will allow him to play an unorthodox position that somehow works to find Glaive, and Navi find their first round in, I believe, 6 that have gone against them.
Yep, that's absolutely correct, and that was a difficult force buy for them as well. The CZs, as we pointed out, seem a lot more prevalent these days since the latest patch, and finding all manner of kills there. AKs didn't have to do too much work. We go into round number 15. 8-6 is the overall scoreline. Double AWP to finish things off. We did say the secondary AWP technically for Astralis is Dupree. Can he rise to the occasion this time? We'll try and keep on board with him as Flamey coming in his direction. Does spot him just about, I think. Let's see if Dupree can find the shot. He can indeed. Lovely work. And he'll be falling back now with the man advantage.
Edward waits at the fountain. So cautious. As Kiarbi sits on the other side, just waiting to attack. If he makes one wrong move, Astralis will happily take a 2-man late in the round. Meanwhile, Dupree, we talk about second op. There he is, gets a kill. Device tries to look through the smoke. Won't have the vision, but does have a line. If he wanted to just fire into it, he may have had a chance to find Zeus early on, but they've backed out of it. Oh, Edward, watch, I was going to say, as he flanks in, but misses again. We've seen a lot of people miss on open shots on flanks this tournament.
Dupree's not missing though, is he? That's his 3rd kill of the round. Through the smoke as well. Finds C's, he had a small gap to work with there, and he makes it happen. 2 players remain now for Navi. Edward, low HP as well, 34 to be exact. Zeus with him. They have got 1 smoke and 2 Molotovs to work with here as they head back towards A. Time ticking away, of course, in true Navi fashion. Glaive finds the penultimate kill, and it should be Zeus to go down solemnly with the ship here, as a captain should do.
Zeus, good shot to get Glaive. Molotov lands top stairs. Zeus, quick switch won't cost him out. He didn't have much time to work with Zeus, just trying to get to the site. 9-6. We see a normal halftime scoreline for Astralis and Navi on this map. We haven't seen too many of those this tournament, at least not you and I.
It was a 5-2 deficit for them to open things up. It seemed like Navi had done everything right, but as you saw then, Dupree with the AWP seems to be the secondary AWPer for Astralis, and working out quite nicely for him in number 15 there. So we move on to the second half here. As I kept saying earlier on, Astralis, essentially one of the scariest teams in the world on the T side of Overpass. I think everyone knows by now that a lot of teams copy their strategies in terms of their executions, and it's generally considered to be one of the very best. There's Sonic, of course, the dossier of information. Maybe it's what Navi do. Maybe it's an idea of what they can do in certain situations. Seized, of course, a player who I thought was lucky to get through the roster shuffle in this team.
Yeah, originally he was on the exit. He was getting the boot or moving on in his own right. I'm not sure which. It seemed like there was a lot of drama in the back end of the Navi switches, to be fair.
There was, for sure. Well, here we go then. Much needed pistol for Navi here. They won it in the first half. Can they replicate that form in the second? 4 sets of armor for Astralis. 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs for Glaive. Inspector Gadget, if you will.
Inspector Gadget. What happens if they carry a bunch of utility into Jaden round? Inspector Gadget, Jaden round?
Yeah, that's the ultimate.
That's what I thought. Think of all the money, baby.
Yeah.
Device takes down Simple. Good start for Astralis, but they've got more company. A crossfire set. Flamey's got 1. But they found Edward beforehand, so the crossfire falls, and therefore Flamey has to back off. That'll allow them to re-grab the bomb, but Zeus rotates back through the bathroom and is able to catch off a quick side of the headshot, excuse me, and get away. Device back in, finds Flamey. Bomb still down, but now will be grabbed. This time, I can say it with authority.
3 on 2. Zeus with the defuse kit as well. Glaive, very low HP. Still anyone's round, really, but look at that shot from Device. very calm, sits behind the rock, takes Zeus down with 1 bullet, of course. Now sees the player we've just been discussing. He heads towards the B site. And this is perfect. You can see one player running towards B. That'll be Zipex. Even if he dies here, they've got the information as to where Seized is. That's not a huge deal. Seized needs to work out if he worked. Okay, did pull the trigger, didn't even find the frag. Go away now, boys. That's it. Run in. This is horrible.
What is going on?
Nice, I guess. Got him.
Henry's super impressed.
Well, the bomb will be planted. This still could have a few more twists or turns, but he is on 28 HP with the smoke down. I don't think Seized will get much done here. Key player in front of him, but what we saw with the USP in the previous interaction, I thought it looked like he'll be dealt with momentarily. There it is. Device, what a monstrous round that is from him. 4 kills. Very quiet in the first half, but looking to get back into this one now. Some lovely shots there with the USP, especially that one. Good lord.
I think here, just by the way, I think he was out of ammo. It's the only... Oh, I did pull his pistol at the end and shoot. Never mind. So what was Zipex doing?
I'm more asking as to what Seized is doing with the misses. That's all.
Yeah, fair enough. I thought Zipex was out of ammo, but he apparently took a shot at the end, so I don't know what he was doing either.
Yeah. I was just like, what?
That was the only thing that made logical made sense. Yeah. I don't know. How has he done that?
Who knows? Well then, here we go. Forced buy from Navi. Everyone's all in. Simple's been dropped to scout, and he's got head armor. Wow. He is going tank mode, it seems. I assume it's Seized who drops it after getting the knife kill. He got an extra $1,500. So he'll drop the scout. Simple with the Superman in a weird way. And we'll push into the B side. Seized with the first frag, but gets taken down shortly after that. Still an interesting trade, yeah.
Yeah. Needed to trade that back. They did. Dupree got it. It was, yeah, surprising. Simple, bold, aggressive as always. Has a 2 versus 2 to work with. Trying everything he can with the scout. Why not? Bomb's not yet planted. Device waits for him to walk into the open, and Device will collect both. They go to 11-6. They did put the bomb down in the process, just to be sure.
Just to be sure. Extra $300 for the planter, of course. Always worth getting it down, even though if you know the round is guaranteed. Full eco now for the CTs. 2K for Simple. He'll get $2,400 into the next round. So that Orbs is not a possibility, I'm afraid. Unless he gets a frag in this round. Number 18. 11-6. Charles looking for 12. Should almost be guaranteed to get it. Device doesn't even buy anything more. Wow. He saves the silence USB, if you will, in the previous round. Looking to find everything frags. And you know they're unarmored as well. That's more than enough. Just tap those heads away.
Just tap it in. Tap it in.
Could find himself a bit of a spot of bother, perhaps. Yep, down he goes.
Desperate.
Yeah.
At the end. But it is going to be Glaive Dupree rotating around. Dupree, good. Oh, fast. Very fast. Finds Simple in the corner. And it's just Seized, well removed from the action. Although I say that, he's slipping up just behind where the bomb has just passed, but he doesn't really have the weaponry to do much about that. And that's merely 1 kill out of 4 that he would need as Zipex quickly finds him, and they make it now 12-6.
12-6. Navi, like we said, the Orbis won't be a possibility here in the first gun round, but Device, his certainly is. His count sits at 11 kills, 12 deaths. Slowly getting back into this game. Very slow first half for him, but Glaive, the in-game lead on 20 frags. Top fragging for his team, doing a tremendous job, I have to say. Big round here, no kits available for Navi. Trying to go aggressive at the start. Simple with no nades whatsoever. Same story for Edward now. And we'll go towards long. They know the all probably isn't a possibility, and they're going very quickly indeed. I like this. The assertiveness from Astralis coming in. I'll be leading the charge here with Dupree as well. 2 of the finest fraggers for the team. Backed up by the anchor of Device there, the AWP, towards the end of long. Flashing towards the bathrooms and getting tons of information very early on into the round here.
Simple and Edward waiting. Device, meanwhile. AWP will not find the opening he's seeking, but he'll give the bomb away as well to see if he can get a better alignment. Not have to risk dropping the bomb quite so quickly. In the open if he were to do so. Spray back out toward long. Nearly connects Glaive, but it's dupreeh that's already low enough in the front of the bathrooms and has to be a little bit cautious of his approach. They still want to go on the A site. 36 seconds. 3 players inside of it for Navi. 1 less as they immediately get an entry kill from Kiarbi, but Edward is able to trade.
Smokes deployed, bomb coming up longest. Whoa, how has Glaive got away with that? Simple can't find the frag. That should be the plan coming through. Edward has to try and deny it here, but look at the smokes. So on point. CTs, like we said, no kits going into this round. They've got the man disadvantage. Device, easy frag, apparently not. Misses it. That could be beginning of the end, but still in a very good position.
Still the advantage with the bomb down. That shot made the end come quicker. He's going to go to the AK instead. Edward heard him pushing up, so positioned accordingly, so too is seized, but the smoke's in front. They're actually on it. They don't even realize it. They just barely got the deny. As Glaive, I didn't quite see the time. I think there was actually a little bit more than I thought left in it, but Device got seized. But either way, could have been sneaky. Could have been a getaway punch.
Could have been, but it wasn't. 13-6, we're coming to the closing sectors here. What seemed like it was going to be a very good game when Navi were up 5-2.
Yeah, apparently a bear doesn't shit in the woods.
Okay. Well, did that something you said earlier on?
Yeah, I promised good Counter-Strike based on obvious is obvious.
Ah, I see what you mean. Well, is this the forced buy? It's not. So, looking for maximum loss winners next round. A partial buy from Navi, that'll bring them to 14-6 deficit. So, well, feels like Astralis are indeed going to pick up map number 1 here. As Galvi finds the first frag, and the second as well, of course. 3 in total. You get the idea. It looks like Astralis will be running over the B bomb site and finding this round very easily. Not too hard. That's all. It's going to be simple and Edward to try and find a few consolation frags if possible.
Bomb has been planted.
Okay, goes back to check and does spot out Simple. Waiting down below. It's Glaive that will get the information and benefit from it. But they all benefit, Henry. It's a win for Astralis because they'll go now on to 14 rounds and be 2 away from taking map 1. A map they typically are quite good on, although we've said that about SK today on Train, and that didn't quite go their way, did it?
We go to Mirage next.
Mirage.
And Train if required. I'm not sure it will be required here, but Simple needs a bit of a Mirage specialist when it comes to the AWP. We'll see whether he can step back out. I don't know, I'm talking like this one's over. It feels like it kind of is. 14-6. No round posted in the second half by Navi as of yet. It's Kiarbi, like I said, having a very good game in the second half at least. 23 frags now for Glaive. There's Device. Hasn't had the best game, 12 and 12, but he's always the star player for Astralis. It's nice to know they can still win games even when he is having a bit of an off one. He was on, what, 3 for 11 at one point? Which is very rare, especially on Overpass, normally where he does his absolute best work.
Fair point.
Oh, they've done it again!
Goodness.
How many times are they going to give him the chance to hit that shot, Matt? Why does every team do it against dupreeh?
dupreeh is actually amazing at that shot.
But like, everyone always jumps.
Every time. Straight into it. I mean, they did get a leveling kill. Let's not rule it out. Let's not rule it out. They got a leveling kill with the AWP of Simple, but yeah, there's no need. It's tantalizing, isn't it? You walk around, you're like, oh, I'm here pretty quickly. I'll just take a quick
Let's have a little look.
Yeah, dead. How's that look treating you?
Well, the 4 and 4 still favors the T's, unfortunately. If you're not aware as to why, it means the CT's defenses are spread pretty thin, and that certainly helps. Flamey does find dupreeh eventually through the smoke at short, and now they have got the advantage. 1 minute remaining. Device with the AWP towards long. Nothing ready to work with there. You can see a player tucked in the corner there. That'll be Zeus. As the smoke goes down, though, he needs to be careful. Luckily, there are no Molotovs available for the T side, so he won't be flushed out of the position anytime soon. Flash comes in, peek around the corner. Taken down.
Not bad to take out Zeus. Opens some space up, brings them back level. Kiarbi gets close, so too does Glaive, 32, but they're considering the opposite, going back over toward B after that pick, and leaving Kiarbi to be the salesman. Quick smoke in and a run back, though, should reveal, because I think Edward's close enough, he'll have heard that. Although as soon as I say it, Simple's rotated back around, so perhaps not. Perhaps they have made the right call as Flamey inside of Monster will swing back, finds Glaive, down goes immediately. The AWP for Simple tries to go for the wall bang through the pallets. Not often successful, and Device just uses the sound to find, take him down, and kill, secure the round. 15-6 for Device. And Astralis, but Device as well.
1 round to go. That could be it. Astralis dominant performance here in the second half, haven't given away anything. 6-0 currently. Here's the replay map. He hits the shot every time. No one else does this, by the way, as consistently as he does. It's something quite bizarre. Whether he practices that shot, I don't know. It just seems to work out for him every single time. Famus's, UMPs, a couple of M4s, no kits. Of course, you have to buy a match point. And this was a 5-2 beginning for Navi, and it's 15-6. They really have dropped off somewhat after winning the pistol in the first half.
A clever pistol from Astralis with the double boosts toward construction, but ultimately it didn't work because they went to the other side of the map and the rotations weren't quite quick enough. Seems ages ago since one of the last rounds they won with Simple on the Deagle in the 2 versus 2. 1 to go. Money's in their favor. There is a buy on the Navi side. The famous Famus and a UMP.
Fantastic Famus.
Fantastic Famus. Famous Famus.
Well, this one could be done, Matt. I'm not going to build this round up too much. It seems like it's a 4-on-2. Flaming Simple with no kits, no nades. The aforementioned Famus and a side control, but there is a twist. Simple, smoked out. I thought that could be it. Finds an AK-47, but they just push through this. Nice movement, but Device ready and waiting. Takes him down. It's a 4-on-1. Flamey in the same position. He'll be dealt with momentarily. So, going down 5-2, bringing it back to 16-6. That's very well done. Loving that from Astralis. It was a little bit scary for them at the beginning, but you can't really argue with that result, especially on the T side as well, not giving a single round away. I'm on your screen right now, Device. It's nice to know, even when he has a very off game, his teammates can still pull through. The likes of Glaive especially. Not usually fragging as high as his other teammates, but this game was an exception. Very, very good from him.
One thing I will say that I like about Device, and yes, okay, he struggled a little bit to get into the op and get rolling in this particular map, but I like that he's able to identify the, I guess, importance or stress in a situation and adjust the speed of his reactions accordingly. For example, the last round, jumping through the smoke, they've already got the advantage. He knows it's pretty much a foregone conclusion they're going to win. Takes his time to let Simple's movement come to a conclusion and land before pulling the trigger. A lot of ops would take a flick and think, I have to be fast all the time and miss that shot because they're just thinking, I have to be quick, I have to be quick. He's able to slow it down quite frequently and understand that, okay, if I miss, it's not the worst thing in the world in this scenario. He's also moving. Let's just, boom, hit it.
Make sure we actually
exactly. Whereas when he has to be quick, we know he is capable of it. But I don't often see, even at the top level, sometimes ops adjusting their reaction time in accordance with the situation.
Well, there you go. Situation here as map 1 is 16-6 in favor of Astralis. We do move on to Mirage next, where I feel like it could be the end of the Navi run, at least of this particular round. I feel like 2-0 will be coming in. Astralis no slouches on Mirage either, but you never know, the bounce back could come through. We saw it with North and SK. We thought the first map, that was it. That was the end of North run, but they won the series overall.
They did.
Could happen again. We'll take a quick break for now and see what happens in the second map.
It's what you've been waiting for.
These guys are on top of the world, and it's all done! Astralis winning! IEM champions!
They want the trophy, and they've got it! NIP!
Digital video game for the iPhone, Android, and iPad. It's called Pocket Mortys. Look at all these little Mortys that you get to run around and collect. Mustache Morty, cat Morty, one eyeball Morty. This just seems really cruel. I mean, come on. What are you doing? It's free. It's a free game. It's not pay to win either. It's Pocket Mortys. Get over here and pick it up. It's a free game.
Win.sliver.tv. As you watch CSGO, you earn free coins.
Terrorists win.
And I think I'm going crazy for you, knowing that you're wanting me too. Why should we deny it, pretend like we don't like it? All I wanna say is, give me just a little bit more. Can you come a little closer and give a little bit, just give a little bit more. Don't be scared, just come over. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit closer, closer. Give me just a little bit more. Can you come a little closer?
Give me all that, bring your body over here. You're a cool cat, party like you got no fear. In the middle of the night, you still be shining bright. Energy you bring it makes me craving for your loving side.
Now I think I'm going crazy for you, knowing that.
Fear you, I do not.
Vivo Fibra é ultra velocidade para você curtir seus shows preferidos. Assine já.
Look at you. You're a superhero.
Well, sometimes things go as they should, and sometimes they don't, and sometimes you get good games, and sometimes you don't. This was a bit of everything. I'm going to say it was an average game, but Astralis definitely picked up a win on a map that they are favorites on.
Yeah, good news as well. They could pick it up without Device firing on all cylinders.
Yes,
he was
true.
bottom of the scoreboard for most of that guy, I think, even the entirety. Glaive, the in-game leader, picked up the slack where required, and there they go. They're going to be winning the first map and move on to Mirage. That's going to be Navi's pick here. So, whether they can bounce back, I'm not so sure, but I hope they do. I'd like to see 3 maps against these 2 titans of Counter-Strike, especially with the new look Navi, their first showing in terms of tournament play, with
like
Simple as the main AWP and Zeus back.
New look.
An old new look, you're right. But Simple, I guess with the roles changing dramatically with Simple in the main AWP, still kind of makes sense. But we'll see what happens here. Didn't really impress me towards the end of that. 5-2 lead and then finishing up 16-6. It's not something you love to see. But here we go then. We'll be getting into it. So it looks like the knife will be starting momentarily. There's Flamey, of course, on your screen right now. Getting warmed up, and they'll need him to be very warm indeed. Maybe even on fire, Matt, if he's going to stand a chance of winning the second map.
Yeah, fire's hot.
I was doing a whole Flamey fire.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
no, I got it. Yeah, incendiary, Molotovs.
Yeah.
Spark. You're just a young Spark.
Not anymore.
Waiting to ignite. Yeah. Oh, you're burnt out. You once were a shooting star, now you've burned out. Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that.
That's what I would have written on your Valentine's Day card. You once were a shooting star, and now you're gone. Forget about you.
Love, Matt.
It's all about the thought that counts. Simple sitting on the end, way down there. Oh, we got a notepad for from Zonic, excuse me.
Yeah.
Zonic looking up notes on the new look old Navi.
Well, they have played Mirage Online. Maybe he's watching the demos, getting him some intel. The key thing you normally take away is, well, their tendencies on pistols, whether they've done the same tactic over and over again, whether they have particular weaknesses in their defaults, what smokes usually mean in terms of executions, whether they have any fakes and what the signs of that are. Just basic information like that. There's some banana skins that Astralis is so famous for eating, especially Dupree.
He's playing real-life Mario Kart.
There's another banana.
He's still got that one. Don't follow closely behind him. He'll drop the peel. Dupree loves his bananas.
He really does. Mad for them.
Nothing wrong with a little potassium. I think potassium helps you tan, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
So you're saying I should eat more bananas?
Yeah, absolutely. I could be way off the mark on that one. I'm sure someone out there is like a dermatologist that's like, yeah, you're ridiculous.
Well, you fetch me a banana and I'll give you a shot of protein. How about that?
Don't mind those odds.
Let's get us out of there. It's going to be the second map of the best of 3. Winner, of course, will be going through to the playoffs to join North, surprisingly, who took down SK Gaming in the first best of 3 today. And it will be Astralis on the T side here. Navi, I assume, won the knife, will be starting on the CT side. Good luck, have funds are exchanged. 4 sets of armor for the CT side and 3 for Astralis. No upgraded pistols. We do have 2 smokes. Most teams do favor towards either an A execution or an A split, but aggression coming from the CTs towards top and middle. Edward boosts himself up towards CPL, and Simple trying to find the first frag here. Doesn't do it. Glaive takes him down, but Edward fighting back.
Valiant effort to get back in around with the kill. Slows down the aggression at middle, but not so much the aggression on A. Zeus and Flamey have to play that from CT as Sipix enters, and tag down to 17 is both Zeus and relatively close to that on 19 is Flamey. So both those players thwarted, hindered, and pushed back. Seized will not have any of it, though. Goes back in and finds Glaive. Device falls to Edward, and now it is just the 2 players that entered from A that remain. And there is no smokes. They've got to go aggressive to get the plant. Dupree starts that with good authority. So too does Zipix, reading the fact that they were low towards CT on the early exchanges. Sets and readies, but not so much for Flamey's position. He's fired a lot of shots, giving himself away. Commits to the site. That actually was a decent move because it gave the box to cover him from jungle, but still he gets taken out by Flamey.
Like, Astralis had full control of that situation, but some missed shots there towards jungle, and a couple of frags came in. That was lovely from Edward to get them back in the round after losing the first exchange. That's Simple pushed up towards top and middle. No bomb planted, though. Means 1-0 for Navi and a 4-spy for Astralis. Everyone going all in. CZ's deal, not a single Tech 9. Just to go to show you that it seems like the Tech 9 is going out of fashion somewhat. Was one of the most prevalent and discussed pistols in the entire game. Now it doesn't seem to be purchased that much at all.
Maybe Fnatic will hold true to their roots. Thanatech. 9. Sees spots up toward apartments. Just a bit of pre-fire down toward the hall. Dupree on 1 HP after the exchange. They'll go back to the horseshoe. They might need to carry a good luck horseshoe to make anything out of this round. You ever play horseshoes, Hank?
No, we don't really do that.
Yeah, I prefer me a wash or toss game anyway. Maybe a bit of Beersby.
Yeah, love that.
It's a good one.
Don't know what it is.
Teach you sometime. Kirby. Low side of middle with the CZ.
Dupree down to 1 HP though. As they make their way towards connector. Very on passive hold from Simple and Kozus watching towards the connector as well. I don't see a world where Astralis get much done here. No nades to work with now. Well, I guess one flashbang, that's about it. No real damage inflicted to the CTs, and they look pretty calm at this point. And they will finish up towards A. Damage done. Zeus still holding strong in connector.
Good find from Edward. Zeus pushes back up strong, and connector indeed goes back out, but it's all about his teammates who get the information to make it work. Simple's tagged. Device is left at a 1 versus 5. It's actually 4, Henry. You should have corrected me.
I was seeing if you correct yourself.
Uh-huh. Well, I did, and I've always had to do that for myself. I always have to do things on my own with you.
Well, it's round number 3, and Astralis will be by themselves in this round. Nothing's to go with their Glocks. No armor, no nades. Maybe a P250. Not even that. Not a single dollar invested into this round. Navi, they've got a clean run at it. Simple doesn't buy any sort of weaponry, stays on the USP. He knows he can just tap them to death with that weapon and sees. He'll spray them to death with the M4A4. Finds 2. They rush towards B. Nice little nade. Doesn't really matter, but the bomb falls back now towards T-spawn.
Flamey drops. Does not read that Zipix is as close as he anticipated. Thought he was inside of the archway. Surely. Or as Alex would say, surely. But he still got the kill. Glaive's going to work out toward the boxes. Glock in hand. Simple with just the USB. Simple get a quick kill, and then Zeus follows up to find Kiabi. We go 3-0, but now the excitement starts.
The excitement begins to set in. Simple, not buying a single thing in the last round, means he can bring out the AWP here in round number 4. Not the same story for Device, though. Great leg up for the Navi side. Remember, they had the fantastic start over an Overpass as well, but that was completely shut down by the Danes. Simple heading towards the connector here, using the smoke and Zeus to give him a bit of room to work with here. He's deployed. For now, just a default round from Astralis. Zipx holding towards the Palace. 2 doors off middle, that's Device and Glaive. Calvin Dupree holding the B apartments here. He's by himself in towards the B site. Edward will be joining him momentarily from short. But that first shot doesn't connect.
It's not quite the same jump angle that Dupree knows so well, but you still don't want to see him take those shots.
Sure.
Good smoke, by the way. That one, you line it up to the left side of the little black mark on the green canopy, throw it through the window, it bounces off the wall once, lands at the stairs.
There you go.
I think I still know 27 smokes on Mirage.
I don't know 1.
Really?
Yeah,
I was like the one map I just decided one day. I was like, I'm going to learn smokes
in the game. I've forgotten every single one now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So if I saw other people do them, I'd be like, oh yeah, I know where that lands. I don't think I could line up some of them myself anymore. But yeah, it was like the one map one day I just decided, all right, let's learn some smokes.
Yeah.
Zeus, meanwhile, pops a flash off the window to cover off mid. No one's going to push on the back of it. It does funnel them in toward the connector a little bit sooner than they were ready for. Flamey, good win on his exchange with Zipix, though, because controlling A main as they try and walk in from connector is going to be crucial, as he can swing and control with a crossfire exactly where Astralis is going. Device still manages to make it work, only for a moment, until Glaive gets in the window, retaliates. But Flamey has rotated accordingly. He's got eyes on bomb. Glaive's got to get the kill right now, and he manages it. So it brings it to a one-on-one with Seized, who's still positioned in a good spot. Catches them on the cross, and it's 4-0 for Navi.
It is. Another great start here for the Navi side. On their map pick as well, will be 4-0. Has to be the eco here for Astralis as well, but Not really much they can bring to the table. Maybe some Glocks, some body armor, not Glocks, sorry, Deagles and body armor. They'll have maximum loss bonus into the next round, but Navi finding the first frag and capitalizing there. Came down to the 1v1, but like you said, Seeds with decent positioning towards jungle, finish things off, and we'll go towards A this time. Bomb's still down in T-spawn, so don't expect anything too fast here. Get to these stages of the round, no aggression in the CTs, and why would you? You know you're up against practically nothing here, so hold back and wait for Astralis to make the first move.
So Glaive will get the Deagle ready to roll. Flamey spots and good shot. He immediately annihilates Device with a one-tap from an M4 of all things. Main's gonna go in as well. If that bounces far enough, which it does, it'll do significant damage onto Glaive. dupreeh follows it backwards, though, and it actually got the lead for a moment, just a moment, a slight fraction of time by which the Pistols led. They'll go back to spawn to get the bomb, because if dupreeh's able to hold on to B, chance they could plant, but it's a long time in which the bomb would have to travel, and it has to go in front of this man, Zeus, who's pushed up middle to cut off Navi, or excuse me, Astralis in their position and transition. It's now 5-0, so they continue on with good force. 5 rounds means full bonus, however, for Astralis.
It does indeed, and that should be the first showing the AP as well. Astralis with a chance to get back into this game, but very good stuff for Navi. I think this is one of the rounds you go aggressive as well, Navi. Change things up. Don't be on that default stance. You know the guns are coming out now, potentially the AWP as well. I may be pushing up towards middle or pushing at the A ramp. Something a little bit different, just to mix it up somewhat. Simple is in towards B, so there's the change. No real aggression coming through, but just rotating the setup, and looks like Astralis will be going for the full AX Q mat. All 5 players going all in the very start of the round. It's a little bit unorthodox. Normally go for the default, then fall back into it, but this looks like it has potential. First shot for Device, but Flamey, he gets the refrag.
Drops in and catches off Flamey. He's going to get aggressive. Flash through smoke. Does he realized, rather, that Seized has gone up on the box? He certainly did. He must have heard of jump, but either way, checks it, takes him down, and full control of the A site as Simple works back in through jungle with his AWP. Edward's going to go for a long rotation back through spawn and hope that he can catch them off, securing toward A main. Device isn't looking that direction yet.
I think this is the save now. Simple's gone towards the underpass. He's out of there.
Yeah, so Edward will use the position instead to get the exit kills. Without information of it, I doubt they'll even head out the site that direction.
Exiting through the palace, it seems. You can hold up in there and be absolutely fine. Don't have to go all the way towards T-spawn, where they are right now. I think they will stay alive. So Edward denied any sort of exit potential there, but it's not really worth Astralis hunting right now, man. A lot of reset potential right now. The first round they've won this half. Did have maximum loss bonus. That's now gone after winning a single round. Full A execution, working out quite nicely for them. Device gets that opening frag. Zipex, though, aggressive, of course. Pushes through towards spawn and gets a very key frag and CT spawn. A lot of teams are doing that right now. Like pushing through that smoke. We saw NIP focusing on that area, just pushing right through time and time again, and looking like he's getting a lot of success from it. The CTs is not really anticipating it. And here we go. Big round here for Astralis. Can't afford to get reset, although with the scoreline they currently have. On the T side, short. These little CD-sided map. Glaive, easy frag on short. Zipex help him out as well. He's down to 4 HP, but that should be round done. I would be saying that's a save at this point on the CTs.
Well, they've heard you, Henry, and they're going to do exactly that.
Yeah. Hey, when the bomb's gone out quickly, you've already lost 2 frags.
They must have taken How to Manage Your Economy 102.
Yeah, that's right.
Talking
when to save.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was a different chapter altogether. But good decision. You still have the lead. Don't need to burn money at this point. Keep it up. You've got the AWP. You've got 2 weapons around it as well. Some flashbangs to save, a defuse kit as well. A lot of money to take to the next round. Save these weapons. You're absolutely fine. And Zeus calls for the pause as well. This, of course, will be tactical. So a chance for him just to reflect what happened in the previous round. How did Glaive get up short by himself so quickly? How are the flashbangs so effective to that one player? And then it was Zipex who found the kill in towards the B side as well. No real response from Season Edward. That seems to be somewhat of a weakness, perhaps. So a pause now. Work out what they're playing into the next round. It's definitely still have enough money to buy in, of course, especially with the 3 weapons saved.
3 weapons saved is enough to justify when to force How to Manage Your Economy 102 Class 2.
Yeah, it's a long semester, but definitely worth every last penny.
What's the price for that, you said?
For 6 months of it, it's only, I think, like 40,000 euros.
40,000 euros?
Yeah.
So I would have to get $16,000 at least 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. I better have some good teammates.
Random braids. Device on the AWP. 2 in a row now for Astralis. Looking much better. The pause comes in from Navi. What's the adjustment here? Simple. Seems like he wants to be aggressive, of course. Doesn't hit the shot. Surely he's dead now.
Yeah, that flash was the end of him as soon as that came into vision. Ooh. And distilled his, took his away. It was all done. Glaive, good shot to take down Edward as well.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all from Glaive. Only had 3 bullets left in his magazine. Could have got the 4th kill, but I was about to say maybe it doesn't matter. But Flamey gets 1 in return. Might not be done just yet, you know.
Well, they are heading to an empty and vacant B site. Flamey will take the long rotation A all the way through CT, and Seized is waiting at window. Has no confirmation as of yet that they have gone behind him and over toward that site. So Astralis will pick up what should be their 3rd.
Yeah, I think he might be right there.
That's not in the plans.
No, KLB running with the knife out, jumping down in the air as well.
Kit for Seized as well.
Didn't anticipate a player to be there.
If Device goes down here, there's a kit for Seized. I don't think I'd go for it at this point. You still have a decent lead. You just forced in around a save. But if they found that kill, you wouldn't fault them for trying. Top middle, vulnerable to Dupree's position. He takes down Flamey, low enough HP on Seized, gets them both, so no guns carried over for Navi. And 5-3 Astralis clawing back in. Head to round 9 already. Fast game, it seems. We continue to accumulate the rounds. Good shot from Glaive to start it off. This snap as well over to the right to find Edward pushing. Quite good. It's quite all right.
Simple.
And that's not all right.
They actually force into this somewhat. Everyone went down for the CT side. So they have the AWP on Simple right now. 2K, so must have had residual cash there. Did save the weapon in the previous round. Or lost, but see if we can do anything with this. A partial buy, Zeus to be dropped by Zipex. Gets 2 frags and a missed shot. It was Simple. That looked dead on Zipex, I have to say, but no connection. And it will be a complete clean sweep here from Astralis. They're going to get 5-4, 4 rounds in a row. And this is very similar to what we saw on Overpass map. The great start from Navi, then it's not getting back into the game whatsoever once Astralis got balanced and settled in terms of the cash.
Well, Edward, just the CZ will fight valiantly, but can't find both kills. Did get Kirby. No way, not possible for him to grab the weapon immediately at his feet and try and use that further. But we get guns back out. And an AWP for Simple, unsurprisingly now. Simple is normally known to be bold and dynamic on this map. We'll see if that's something that comes into the play, because he's only got 3 kills right now. The money's fallen from them after the 5-0 start. Device, meanwhile, up to 5-5, so better start for him this map.
Round number 10. Simple, still with the AWP. Holds towards middle. There's actually a failed smoke in mid, so let's see if that comes back to haunt them. It doesn't look like it's another execution here. All 5 players from Astralis, all in. Flamey to defend from Shadow. Can't get the first shot once again. It's Zeus that's blind, but the flashbangs from the CD side, 1 step better. It's going to be more frags to the CTs here, but Device and Dupree start to light them up and take full control of the situation.
Bit peculiar that Zeus was able to survive as long as he did. I thought that could be a problem for them. As soon as he goes undetected and someone starts to look away and expect his teammate to get the kill instead, he could pop out and be a thorn in their side. But Seized does get Dupree, getting aggressive towards CTs. There was no smoke down with the bomb planting.
No kids, just a note.
That's a good point, because it'll put time as a factor. They'll be looking for their first round in the last 4. The last 5, I suppose, if you consider them all. Caribbean behind the firebox, 16 HP, no nade to be thrown at him. thankfully, because it would be the end of him. Device back and forth between two intended targets, finds the one on the left, looks as Edward bypasses him from the right, takes down Kiarbi as well. He may try and hold this, but you said it, no kid, he's picked one up. But Device won't give him even 5 seconds to think about it.
Yeah, at that point, the round is the guaranteed victory for Astralis. Sure, he gave the full defuse, but he can't afford to get off the bomb. So Device can just take his time, make sure he nails the kill, and 5 rounds in a row for Astralis comes in off the back of another full execution there. Lovely shots from Device, but it seemed like you said, Zeus gifted so much time to stay alive there. You'd think he gets more than 1 frag. And Flamey and co need to start finding these opening kills on the execution. Seems like they flounder a little bit there. The smokes get deployed and Flamey's in towards that shadow position by himself. Not hitting the shots required. It's going to be a partial buy now from the CT. CZs, 5-7s. No kits or real utility. We've got 1 HE grenade for C's. That's gone. Flamey didn't invest in armor this round.
Try and get down toward Glaive. No success on a 5-7. Everyone loves the 5-7, Henry.
That got adjusted recently as well, but
it did.
Here we go, a chance for Navi. 3-on-3, but the B site, is it open once again? No, there is one player there. Edward, snake in the grass, manages to take down Kiarbi. Brings it back to the 2-on-2. He hasn't been able to recover a weapon just yet. Device coming in for the 1 dig. Make it a double as he manages to find the frag and potentially the round here. Flamey coming in from short though, very quiet indeed. Glaive needs to be careful, but as soon as he hits 1 bullet, Flamey is the only player without armor there. And he talked about the aim punch, that was more like an aim uppercut, yeah?
Aim uppercut.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was so dramatic that it shot across into the air.
Thinking about like a roundhouse kick from Chuck Norris would be the next level on that.
That's the next level, yeah. We haven't got that yet.
I miss Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah, they kind of died out 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, yeah, rightfully so. There were some good ones.
There were. My favorite one is when Chuck Norris turned 18 years old. His parents moved out.
It's so basic. There's ones like Chuck Norris doesn't have a chin. Behind his beard is only another fist.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Classic. Well, speaking of classic, it's simple. Orb shot there from Connector. Takes down Glaive. 5-4, but they have got an open B site once again. There's only 1 player towards shore. That's Seized, out of position, potentially out of time here as well. Needs to be very careful. Can't really afford to go down here. Zipex looking to find the shot. Seized is missing everything right now, trying to do what he can through the smoke here, but it still seems like it's under control. I say that, but Zipex and Dupree take him down.
Kiarbi, top of the van over the smoke, able to find 1 more walking through the doors. It's Zeus that will fall. Watch for Edward. He's already got 1 of the round. Simple. AWP can't find the immediate shot toward the van. That would have given them the best chance in the round to get back in, but Simple's not done. Oh! Catches Dupree in the leg, and that's enough as it got through the wall, but not enough to win the round. When Chuck Norris goes swimming, the water, he doesn't get wet, the water gets Chuck Norris.
Oh, what have we started?
Let's bring it back, Henry. Single-handedly.
Yeah.
If the dab can be cool, then Chuck Norris jokes are infinitely cool.
That's true. Well, Simple with a very good job there with the AWP from short. Gets 2 kills, but Device 1 step ahead of him. Seems like he's found some performance again. He's top fragging right now on 11 frags. 7 rounds in a row for the Danish side. Looking to be the second Danish team within the playoffs. North already there.
That's a great point. Seems to be a continued trend as the Danes' regular appearances in the playoffs. North's had their troubles, but let's hope this roster change gives them more stability.
I'm excited for it. Valda's a very nice addition. They seem more of a solid 5-man unit now. More of a team, I guess.
I hold no sentiment for rosters anymore.
No?
No, Gambit was like my last chance to be a big fanboy, and then it broke my heart.
They definitely broke that heart. Yeah. Win the major. Nah, you know what? This isn't working out for us.
I get it. It's all part of it. It's politics, but that's the point. It's an ongoing business. You must make steady improvements. Kiarbi takes down Seized. Astralis now 8 in a row.
Indeed. Round number 14 now. Navi 5-0 up. This is almost identical to what we saw on Overpass. It's kind of bizarre how they can start so strong and be so good on the pistols, but just can't hold on. That had to be the eco in the previous round. Even a maximum loss bonus, it's not like being on the T side. You can just about force every single round. CD side, you have to give in at some point. Going to the last few rounds now. Another buy available. Simple on the AWP. Only got 7 kills, 8 deaths. Hardly been lighting it up on the scoreboard here. Fast play from Dupree, trying to find the first frag. Simple misses yet another shot there.
Dupree Top stairs backs to off. Smoke at the top of them, and he's able to go down from said smoke after jumping across, get Zeus, and then use the same smoke, the very same smoke, believe it or not, Henry. I tell you not a lie, to jump away and stay alive, and that's actually given them a one-man advantage by which they can stabilize the round. Bomb ticking as well.
How do you retake this? The bomb is such a perfect position as well. Device, that smoke's not going to do anything for them. Flash might help them out somewhat.
And you've got 2 players already rotating to mid because this all happened so quickly. They were already back towards spawn, so not only is it positioned for Device perfectly, but also through connector.
Easy kills. He's just like skeet shooting right now.
Skeet shooting, have you ever done it? It looks harder than people make it out to be, I think.
It is very difficult. It's one of those things after you've been a couple of times though, you can't kind of start
the hang of it.
Yeah,
I got you.
Just getting the technique down, not being scared of the loud bangs.
Loud bangs scare me all the time still. Well, Simple has an op.
Oh, he survives?
He gets away, just barely. I'm surprised by that, but he does. It's 9-5 still, though, for Astralis. They get another round. We go into round 15. That op being carried over.
Yeah, that's huge.
Is big.
Because they're going to be forcing regardless, right? So him saving the AWP. To be fair, he's only got 8 kills so far. After going 5-0 up, he's had almost no impact when the real gun rounds began. But if ever there was a time to find some form, young Sasha, this would be it. Trying to wallbang them at the very start. Nothing inflicted just yet. Dupree's got that second AWP out, Matt. We'll keep track of that storyline. Flamey manages to take down Device to the A ramp and finds himself an AWP as well. With Simple dead now, of course, it's going to be the 4-on-3. Simple going down with Flamey picking up his AWP and managing to find 2 frags so far.
He's done everything except kill his target on Catwalk as Edward tagged and runs, scurries back to the depths of the site with just 18 HP.
Yeah, he scuttles off.
Scuttles, I like that word.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Scuttles with his broken wings.
And we do have a bomb going down. Potentially. Glaive is on the site by himself. His teammates are nowhere to be seen. Does he go for this plant?
Can I just say that I never like...
audacious.
That's very audacious. Can I say that I never like people saying broken wings? Say wounded wings. The alliteration's so much nicer.
Yeah, you're right. Never heard anyone say broken wings either, to be fair.
Really?
No.
Maybe that's just like a North American thing. Nickelback probably had it in a song once or something. Bastards. Kiabi gets Edward down the plant, though. As audacious as it was, is going to be equally as audacious on the defuse because he's already got it down to 2 seconds. Full 10 seconds, and they get it. To end the half, that is how it goes. You want to plant in the open like that? Thanks very much. We'll take it back. We knew they were far from the site, and they get the 10-second defuse.
Yeah, Kiabi laughing about the situation. Sometimes if you don't laugh, you'll cry. It was in the last round there. UMPs, the AWP of Flamey is the one that finds in the round after going 5-0 up. The scoreline is 9-6 in favor of Astralis there. Very disappointing closing first half for Navi, but still within it, of course. They'll probably win the pistol and draw things up, I'd imagine. Simple, he's not looking too happy about it. It's been a rough year for him, Counter-Strike terms.
It has. I mean, you leave a Team Liquid, that really wasn't doing much aside from 2 major runs, both of which he was a big factor in, and heads to his utopia.
Yeah.
This mystical Eden of yellow and black. And then it all goes poorly. Aside from New York.
They won New York, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, or even
it's 10 days. Well, from right now it's 3 weeks, but
okay.
2 weeks ultimately. It's a little less than 3 weeks.
Oh, there you go. So maybe they can do that again, but who knows? Astralis win this. I dare say the 2-0 very likely, but have a look at the buy for Navi. Smokes, none of those. There's flashbangs. A rush, just go for it. No one there ready for the CT. Glaive tucks himself in towards Shadow. They don't check it. It's the first kill, trying to stay alive now.
Shot back though, Simple. Goes in with authority and vengeance. Zeus will make no mistake on finding Kiabi. Watch for Simple to push through the smoke, but the flash was just too soon. He wasn't able to turn away. Everyone's going to get their vision around the same time as a result, but it's who acts fastest that will prevail, and that is Device. As he quickly locates Simple, trying to push through. Unfortunately, he's lost out to Zeus. As C's takes Zipix, it means there's one remaining. Dupree. No kit, armor. Flamey does not have the armor, so best intended target for him, but one shot will do it for Flamey as he picks up a USPS and makes small work of it. 9-7. Chance to tie this up.
Definitely. Both pistols going in favor of Navi. First half, they had the 5-0 lead. Looking to do that once again here in the second. Astralis will be force buying here. Device joins in as well. He keeps his money about $500 though, so he gets body armor and just a deagle. Doesn't go all in. Trust me, every dollar counts in Counter-Strike. Saving 500 is quite significant. Difference between getting a glass cannon AWP and not being able to do that. Flashbangs come through. Execution, not a huge fan of this. Prefer the default to the start. They are all in right now. Could find themselves battling a stack.
Seized. Good find on Glaive in the corner. Could have been problematic for them. Don't think it would have amounted to a significant margin, but perhaps a kill or two at best. Simple will get back inside of the site, and through the smoke, down goes Device. dupreeh, always swift with a deagle, is able to find Seized. That's all he gets. And Xyp9x on 4 HP with 4 to find. HP's low enough for everybody on Navi, but unfortunately he's not going to get much. Excuse me, Zeus walks out and sprays him down. 1 round in it.
Has to be the full eco. Should be tied up here. Not really much Astralis can bring to the table here. Full eco, one of those rounds that doesn't really mean that much. Navi objectives, keep 5 players alive, keep it simple. Astralis, get 1 kill. 2 would be something quite special, believe it or not. Nothing invested into round number 18 now.
Good find from Simple, as Glaive had no idea they were already inside of the A site.
Bomb has been planted.
Seized gets toward ladder. Simple, already pushing on with the AK. Oversteps the bounds maybe ever so slightly. That puts Flamey in a position to try and strike, but he's the one that saved onto with USPS. That could be a touchdown. Certainly is. He sends dupreeh soaring through the air. I'd like more dramatic ragdoll for grenade kills.
Yeah, I'd like more dramatic headshot animations as well. At 1.6, when you shoot in the head, they fly backwards like 6 feet.
Yeah.
That was quite cool.
Yeah, they kind of landed on the ground like a plank.
Yeah.
Like a 2x4.
Yeah.
Got dropped out of the back of a pickup truck. Just bang.
Well.
I also missed the backpack.
What, the bomb?
Yeah.
They have a little brown backpack, yep.
When you were the elite crew. Brown backpack, nice green sweater to match.
Yeah, nice accessories.
Always styling.
AWP comes out for Device, like we said. That's save $500, means he can get the AWP. No armor. Little decoy in there, just in case. dupreeh. This source here, he pushes up towards the middle, flashed off, and could find his demise. But Xyp9x there to back him up, gets the first frag. And he'll fall back as well. Flamey on the other side of the map, he's pushing out towards the palace, but Simple striking back with 2 shots of his own.
That's pretty good. The flashes made them lose their way. They wanted to stay, and then they hesitated. dupreeh bailed. Xyp9x got caught out by it, and Simple stepping up on the AWP. About time, I have to say. First gun, and it's Navi with a 1-man lead as a result. It's always the risk when you push middle.
Yeah, absolutely. A chance now for Navi to take the lead. For the first time in a while. 4 on 3. CT'd right now with 1 player in the B bomb side. It's Kiabi. Glaive and Device holding onto that A side. Time ticking away though. Less than 1 minute now. Bomb gets recovered in T-spawn. Simple holds towards middle. Calling for rotations. Narrowly misses out on that flick shot. Glaive had to get some intel there. Gets the frag and make it 2 as now Astralis take the lead in this round.
Device with quick accuracy to take out Zeus. They've held off the charge late from Navi. 30 seconds still to work with. Simple still has the AWP as well. Kiabi's well removed over at B, so if he were to find Glaive on entry, definitely starts to favor Navi. He's going to look for it. Glaive refuses to move away from connector and peek. Flash out towards Device, timing off as soon as he peeks back. It's exactly when he strikes, and as a result, Glaive knows exactly where they're coming from and pops out to get the second kill.
And it's a big round. 4 on 3 situation after Simple lit them up in middle. This was fantastic work by him. You can see the flashbang so on point. 2 frags, I think that's the round guarantee, but Glaive, he's been playing really, really well today, I have to say. Very impactful frags. Gets him back into the round. Device hitting a couple of AWP shots as well. Still money available for Navi here, but this will be their final buy if they do lose the round. Number 20 here. Second map of this best of 3. Astralis can pull this one off where they currently have the lead. They go to the playoffs.
Good point. Playoff match. Navi will drop down in the group to the decider matchup, which is tomorrow. Which I believe is Friday? What day is it?
It's Thursday today.
Thursday today. All right, cool. I don't really pay attention to days of the week anymore. There's 8 days a week, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought the people from the UK said once.
Simple gets tagged up through the wall there. Down to 35 points of health. Edward not far behind. Definitely some chance for some fragging there for Astralis. Didn't really convert it though, but still fine. Device on that AWP for now. They're going towards B. They haven't really tried their luck on this side of the map just yet. Zipex there, one of the strongest anchors in CSGO. Normally great for 1 or 2 frags on Mirage. Let's see what he can do here.
Dupree is positioned well, but caught out by Zeus. That's a problem for Zipex because he's swung to the open to try and cover up both Cat and the entrance from apartments. Glaive tries to back him up. It gives him 1 kill and a bit of space, so he gets in behind the van instead, but they know exactly where he is. Even the pre-fire won't solve it, though.
Oh, look at the HP. They're done for. Hoping that Zipex makes a mistake here. Backstab coming through Debris. It's over. Zipex does it again, Matt. 3 kills with him in total. By himself in that B side for so long, just to see how long he stays alive for.
He's an anchor.
It is. That's all you need, is someone who can dig their heels in, stay alive, doesn't get the most flashiest of kills, doesn't have the craziest aim, but he knows what he has to do to win rounds. Gets 1 kill, repositions, buys time, drops a bit of utility, focuses towards short, listens to the calls from his teammates, hits another frag, keeps staying alive. That's the main objective. This is a force buy now from Navi, showing signs of weakness. The cracks starting to form. First shot from Glaive, making a double. The bomb's gone down and potentially the round as well.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, just pistols. Quick round, they'll make easy work of it. Dupree, good position on the Cinders, is able to take down Edward inside of middle. Sees just wants to show off some movement mechanics. Then hang out in the corner, talk about what's coming up next. Could be utilized to some effect if you wanted to sit in a corner and draw out those rounds to talk about the next, because they are going to go into a situation in which money is still tight. They could force onto this. It's 3 rounds against them, but that starts to make problems long-term because they're going to be then under 13, potentially 14 with a save immediately after. So pistols is the right call, I think, because that gives them a chance to get into it in the next round with greater effect.
That was the force buy in the previous round, and a deagle shot for Flame. He surely doesn't get anything more. Glaive takes him down once again. Nice work. Astralis take the lead and looking quite comfortable now. Should be 13-9. After the deagles and drops. Not the cleanest of frags, but Dupree gets it done. See, he's coming in towards the connector right now. But he'll just hold up and hope for a CT mistake to come through. When it's 20 remaining, they've got no nades. See the body armor, I don't think that's going to be a savior though.
See, he's trying his utmost, but can't do anything about Dupree. And it's aren't too simple. Does have bomb.
He does.
Get them some cash.
He has 1 shot here. Get that first kill. Oh, well, maybe not. 13-9. 5-0 down in the first half. 3-0 down in the second. In terms of gun rounds, we haven't... Oh, hello. Banana's going into like beast mode when he starts eating the banana. Finish the game off. Like Popeye and spinach.
Ooh, Popeye and spinach. I like that reference. Popeye the Sailor Man lived in a garbage can.
Anything else?
Nah, that's all I remember from that. I used to have a little Popeye figurine where he was in a little boat.
Yeah, that's where he did his best work as a sailor.
It was actually more of like a speedboat, though. It was kind of weird. And he was like, waist up was as big as like the whole boat.
Rushing B map. We'll have to get back to Popeye momentarily. Zipex tries to do what he can now with the AK-47, but it's not enough. Did damage. I think that's a save called already. CTs are just allowing it to happen. So you can get back to
Popeye the Sailor.
Yep, there you go.
Good call to save on this. They've obviously got 3 rounds to the end of the game, and Navi's about to find their 10th only. So I say only. It's close enough that they could still be within striking distance, but not giving away any economy will certainly make that a harder task for Navi. And this is why, as well, they chose to save in the last round so that they could get the better buy and a fast play to change it up. Astralis hasn't really been hit with too many fast plays.
Well, change of pace there for Navi after losing 4 in a row. Towards B, pushing through the smoke. To be fair, Zipex did a ton of damage. He was by himself. He started spamming the AK. But that was a cue for Navi to actually push through as well. We've got a big chaotic there. See if he gets one kill, but he can't find the refrag. Teammates weren't there to back him up. Astralis opt for just saving the money here, not letting things spiral out of control. And that's a very wise and informed decision, I would say. Pause by Edward this time.
Do you remember as a kid they used to have those Popeyes candy sticks? Which
yes.
were basically white candy sticks that look like cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly.
It was basically promoting kids smoking.
I always thought that. It's like, well, what is this supposed to mean?
How controversial is that?
They were in like little cigarette packets as
well.
Yeah,
they were like tiny little ones. Yeah. You used to get them on Halloween all the time. It's like every kid too would instantly put it in their mouth and pretend like they had a cigarette and be like, oh, look how tough they look. Like that's really good. It's the best marketing cigarettes ever had right there.
Yeah, that's great. Let's get it stuck in their heads nice and early.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the double
gotta get them while they're young, Henry.
Yeah, well, that's how they got me. Double orb setup now. We're seeing this more and more from Astralis. I played a Dupree game a couple of weeks ago, and he said he's going to try and do it.
Well, I was thinking it might be something they feel like they have to do because they're pretty much the only team that doesn't have the double up setup.
Yeah.
Might be something in that.
Well, I guess he has to, really. Just out of necessity, really. Like, you can't just never have that as an option.
I think that's the bigger aspect. Yeah. It can't be. It can be a sometimes, but it can't be a never. I don't think they need to rely on it like other teams do. In fact, I think some teams overcommit to it.
Just have it as a situational backup.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's worth investing some time into practicing and researching. But I hope they don't get stuck on it too much like other teams have in the past.
Well, every time I've seen him have the orb, he seems to have some sort of impact there. Oh,
yeah. They've got to spot those tracers. Yeah, Seized is easily going to take down Glaive. He did get Edward beforehand though, so it could have been done more quickly.
Yeah, the fact he got one there was maybe even too much. 4-on-4 device towards CT spawn.
AWP at the ready. Nade goes out. Device wants more. Flamey doesn't want to give it to him. If he even goes anywhere near the corner or jumps toward the balcony, he's down. Head shown. And Device is repositioned accordingly. This is even better, though. Kiabi getting behind them. That's a quick shot. Flamey gets found with a right flick.
This is huge for Navi as well. This is reset round at the closing sectors of the second half. 4-on-3 now as we head towards the A site. 30 seconds though, Matt. They can't really rotate over towards B. Giving their position away, and Device sneaking around the corner as well, looking for the cross to the side. They don't have any sort of smoke or flashbang to negate him. He hits the shot while blind though, and now will go down. Oh, will it? Wow. Device denies the bomb, and now he just needs to try and stay alive, but Simple says no. Still a 2-on-2, 15 seconds remaining. Bomb needs to go down here, but they're apprehensive. Yes. Kiabi coming in from the A ramp, doing everything he can to keep the dream alive, and Dupree backs him up. That secondary orb working out quite nicely. Device.
That's exactly what Kiabi had to do. That is lovely to watch, to just sit back and wait for them to force the play. It was a brilliant shot from Device through the box, but Kiabi's patience in the end of the round, knowing bomb wasn't planted. I commend it.
Yeah.
This is quite good.
That was cool.
Oh, his foot was actually... X-Ray says it was sticking out, but I don't know if he could see it, so I won't jump to conclusions on that, but he certainly had the lineup perfect.
This is pretty much do or die time. This is it. Lose this round, you've gone pistols. So you've got 3 AKs, a Deagle, UMP, full A execution. Astralis with the lead. Here we go. Take a deep breath, Navi. Try and avoid that 2-0.
Glaive ready inside smoke. Is going to pop flash through it. This could actually just catch them off because they're going to walk directly into him. Do or die time, and die seems to be on the cards instead. As Device steps up to get seized. He'll wait for an additional peek, adjust the crosshair so that the shoulder is all that he needs, and that's exactly what Simple gives him. Perhaps one too many times. Jumps up, finds Zeus as well. Device is looking alive late. Edward.
Be careful, boys.
Reasonable with the UMP, but then reloads in the opening. Kiabi will close it out yet again with the last needed kill. 15-10, you said it might be do or die. It's all in, and it's just pistols for Navi in what will be a 2-0 sweep if Astralis get the round.
They needed at least a bomb down there. Didn't happen. Plenty of money for Astralis available. Not the same story for Navi. Winning both pistols, both of which converted to 3-0s. Gun runs haven't been great. Won a single one this time in the second half. Towards middle they go. Aggression from the CTs though. Decide to fall back once the smokes and flashbangs are deployed. Don't want to give this round away especially. They know the money's super weak. Use those orbs and the crossfires. Dupree with the first shot there. That's from Jungle. And this could be a map. Clay with the second frag. 5-on-3. UMP in the hands of Edward is the last line of defense here. And it's towards B that they've gone aggressive. First frag comes in for Glaive. And now surely it's over.
Flamey backs away after picking up an M4, his only hope. Bomb is still up. Simple has it. Simple also has angles toward window. Makes it work on Dupree, but Xyp9x is there to trade. 16-10, 2-0. Astralis join their Danish compatriots, compadres.
Counterparts.
In the playoffs. Counterpart, I like that.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike, Counterpart. They're both in the playoffs. Not bad.
Well, Matthew, it is the 2-0. Navi certainly showed some signs of life there, but overall it seemed like a very Astralis-esque show. Mirage, I thought, is when Navi could bounce back, but to be fair, after getting 5-0 up and it being similar sort of fashion as to what happened on Overpass, huge lead, then it drops down to a 9-6 with a ropey last round to get them back into it. It feels like they didn't really show up there. Device, another great performance. He looked very quiet on Overpass, but bounced back, and that's always what you can rely on him with. Even if he has one bad map, it's not the end of his run that day.
No, absolutely not. And it's good to see that he also went back to the op. As you said, on the first map, it's important to identify that he was struggling with the AWP and then just giving it up altogether. But to say, okay, that's one map, and reset in between maps and go back to it right away, great. Good to see. Instead of just ditching it altogether.
Yeah. Well, any particular highlights there for you?
Talking about Popeye, and
that was good.
You know, the other thing people used to do with them is they used to try and sharpen them as much as they could.
Did they? What, use them as weapons?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, shivs. Why not? I just remember people doing that.
Okay.
There's one girl, Stephanie Chubb, like grade 2. She figured out how to do that, and then she poked people with it. Really annoying.
Well, I'm not sure what I can say about that one.
Any particular memories or highlights you have?
I liked that knife round. Well, not the knife round, the knife play from C's to take down Xyp9x. I thought that was quite exciting.
Yeah, that was a bit of a.
I like. Okay,
you were a
serious one. I liked that Dupree is going to be the secondary open out for Astralis.
Yeah, that is
true.
In
the tournament. It seems like that's something they've been missing. Sure, they've been winning tournaments without it, but I think, like we said, it's a situational sort of advantage they can have, even when required. He seems to hit shots every time he picks up that weapon, so that's quite a cool prospect, I think, for the future. And maybe one of the guys on the desk can analyze as well. I was about to use that as a segue, but...
Well, we could, yeah, the thing is, we're not going to go to the desk, though,
right.
Hank.
Right,
yeah, so it was a good try.
It was good, wasn't it?
I know you're new. You're still working into this role, but you'll get there someday, son. With that, we're going to go to Xyp9x.
Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations, Glaive. You guys are moving on once again to the top 8 of another event. Not only does that feel satisfying as always, but to also get revenge on Zeus for the loss at the Major, that has to feel good as well.
Yeah, it feels really good. He's a really good in-game leader, and I'm glad that we managed to beat the Navi team once again. I think we have beaten them all the times that we have met them with me on the team. So yeah, even though they changed, I'm glad that we were able to beat them.
And now, in preparing against Navi, did you keep in mind at all how Zeus led Gambit at all, or did you not think of that at all, since this is a separate team with different players?
We looked mostly at their online games in Pro League, and also Danny looked up on some of the stuff from Gambit, but there wasn't too much to take from that, so it was mostly from the Navi games.
Now, earlier today, we saw that SK surprisingly did not win their winners match, and now they have to go to the deciders match. Because of that, were you happy about that? Because as of now, at least, Astralis looks to be in better form. Or on the flip side, do you not like that because there's a chance that you might have to face them earlier on again?
It's a weird mix of both things, I think, because it would have been nice to get second if they get to second as well, both FaZe and SK, but still they have the chance of going out in groups, and we don't want to be there at all.
Well, congratulations again, and best of luck with the round of 8. And with that, we have 2 Danish teams in the quarterfinals.
Yes, we do indeed. And it's not long for those guys over in Denmark to go ahead and go for a quick drive and come and watch some live Counter-Strike for them as well, if they want to go ahead and support their local teams. I'm joined once again by Sponge, Pimp, and Yanko. What's up?
You can't really drive in Copenhagen, Alex. I was there for a week. My experience wasn't fantastic. They have to stay on the bikes. They're going to be on the pushies.
Have you tried to get like a cab or something like that?
Mate, we had a car. We're stuck in traffic for 45 minutes for a 15-minute drive, pulling my hair out. Me and Yanko sitting there singing songs, having some show tunes. It wasn't actually that bad now that I think about it.
We were trying to keep the camaraderie up, but everyone's like, yeah, that's why everyone rides bikes in Copenhagen. Like, yeah, what do they do during winter? Like,
put a coat on.
Minus 15 and go ride a bike for 20 minutes.
That's how we roll, man. I'm an advocate for the
You're
bikes.
going to be on the pushy?
Yeah. Why is it a pushy? Why does everything sound slightly sexual in Australia?
In Australia, right? Because you got a motorbike, which is also a bike.
Yeah, but you don't push your bike along, do you? We're getting sidetracked. We've just had some great Counter-Strike. Navi taking on Astralis. And I say great Counter-Strike. You can see a couple of you wincing. Some of us expected a little more from Navi. In fact, a quick update. Was it 2 people expected this to go to a 3 maps? Who was that?
No, it was only Yanko. Everyone else got the full 2 points here for this.
But let's explore that then. So you believe that one of these 2 maps was going to go the way of Navi, and what wasn't delivered that you were looking for?
I think just I expected, you know, individually Simple to lead the way on Mirage, for example, because he did have some good performances there with the AWP, was able to, you know, be all over the map pretty much.